Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, miss? And I better shake that thing, yeah. Donna.
Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stuck, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pad. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega, bitch. Welcome home. This is not a song. This a revelation. How to get a nigga gone. You need you a man, baby. I don't understand, baby. Pay your bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction. That's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in these weird niggas' hands, baby. No! It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stuck, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pad. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? Hey, turn this TV off. Ain't with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, what? How many shit I seen? Send them all. Take a whistle, take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and lieutenants for the get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young nigga, get your chili up. Yeah, I meant that. Hey, black out if they act out. Yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hate a bitch that's hating on the bitch, and they both hoes. I hate a nigga hating on them niggas, and they both broke. If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for? Nigga feel like he entitled cause he knew me since a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off and she don't see it how I see it. Got a big mouth, but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that's just how I feel, yeah. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stuck, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pad. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really stuck, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pad. Yeah, watch a nigga do it.
For life, for life, for life.
Welcome to my block, a Queens domain. Got that holiday vibe running in my veins. Yeah, the candy cane lane got beauty and brains, dropping sophisticated knowledge while I make it rain. I'm fierce with the wit, majestic with the style. Keep the whole neighborhood watching with a smile. A cheerful disposition, but you know I lead the pack. Got a mind full of genius, ain't no turning back. So feel the fresh rhythm, this is my happy sound. The smartest, flyest woman that you've ever found. Candy cane lane, that's right. Candy cane lane all night.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Hustler and Muscular, also known as H&M, dropping gems, stomping harder than a pair of Timbs. How is everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing good. And as you can see, I'm being joined by the lovely, beautiful Candy Cane Lanes. I don't know where she is right now, but I think she stepped away, but she'll be back.
I know.
Enough.
I'm here. I just had it on mute because I didn't want to. I was cooking and I didn't want to have any noise in your background. I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, my girl. Can you hear me loud and clear? Because my cinema.
Yes, you sound fine.
Okay. Well, before I continue, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Shout out goes to this golden token. Very outspoken. Watch out now, she'll leave your heart broken. Candy Cane Lane got beauty and brains. That combination there will drive you insane.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the
Much
show.
Appreciated. Hello, everybody out there.
But glad you could join me, my lady. Glad you could join me. Let's see. Well, that's me right there. Yeah. Nobody's in the building right now. We got one person watching, but I know. And by the way, you want to share it on your end, you're welcome to it.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so welcome to the show. Hope everyone's doing good out there. Hope everyone's staying warm, because I don't know about y'all, but it done got cold again where I'm at. We're back in the 40s, 30s 30 degrees again. But then again, I saw this shit coming. So this is Chicago after all. What you expect?
You're in Chicago too?
Yeah, I thought you knew I was in Chicago.
I did not know you were in Chicago. I did not know that. Okay.
I've been told you I was in Chicago. I remember you mentioned it on Bronzeberg's show. You said, shout out to a fellow Chicago. I'm like, oh, I got another Chicago girl.
Oh, that's right. You are so right about that. How did I forget? I'm finding there's a lot more of us in this space than I thought there was, which is good. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
it's mostly Texas. What else? We got a lot
New
of people
York.
from Texas.
New
Texas
York.
and New York is heavy in the
Yeah.
space. Yes.
And shout out to my man's Bronzeberg, the only New Yorker I know. Well, one of few New Yorkers I know in these spaces. Yeah. And shout out to Centico, unpredictable. She's always at her pentacle. My top tier supporter. And shout out to Vagata.
Hello,
he was,
everybody. Hi, hi,
yeah,
hi.
yeah, he was cool on the last panel. I have no issues with them, but hey. But hey, please sit back and enjoy this show. But before we begin, let me just put this message out here for everybody.
Like, comment, and subscribe because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
Please make sure you do that for your boy as you're coming in. Now, I'm going to ask y'all one more time.
The question is, are you ready?
And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yep, let's get ready to rumble with my lovely co-host of the day, the beautiful, vivacious Candy Cane Lanes. And by the way, I like that name.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course. You said something about who's Taz? Who are Taz and Moo Moo?
So you don't know Taz?
I heard of Taz. I think I have.
You probably do know who he is, but he's kind of an OG from the space. They're having a debate. Well, see, that's why I'm putting it back chat. I wasn't trying to advertise for it on your stream. But they're having a debate this evening, and it's going to be Moomoo's first debate. He's just somebody that I've known for a while. That's all. So yeah, Taz versus Moo is going to be.
It's all good.
Yeah, I just want to let you know.
All right, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, hey.
But we are.
If he's putting out good content.
I'm sorry. Say that again?
And I appreciate. Yeah, I said I appreciate you being here as my lovely co-host, and that's what you are, co-host, since we're in the show together. Yep, that's how we do it up in here. And I'm glad you like the little intro I made for you.
Appreciate it. Definitely.
Let me just play it one more time for the one time for everybody just coming in. One more time for the one time.
Welcome to my block, a Queen's domain. Got that holiday vibe running in my veins. Yeah, the Candy Cane Lane got beauty and brains, dropping sophisticated knowledge while I make it rain. I'm fierce with the wit, majestic with the style. Keep the whole neighborhood watching with a smile. A cheerful disposition, but you know I lead the pack. Got a mind full of genius, ain't no turning back. So feel the fresh rhythm, this is my happy sound. The smartest, flyest woman that you've ever found. Candy Cane Lane, that's right. Candy Cane Lane all night.
Yep, there you go. Glad you love it. Had to put some thought into that. But anyways, today's topic, we're going to do a part 3, taking a deep dive into the psychology of dating. Now, Candy Cane, I sent you 2 videos I kind of want to critique because there are some things that some of that stuff I myself may not notice earlier, but I eventually put 2 and 2 together and kind of caught on to it myself. You saw the videos, right?
I got through the first one. I didn't make it all the way through the second one, but I figured, having one where I watched it and had like some ideas of what I wanted to say, and then one where it's like a raw reaction would be good.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Taking a deep dive into the psychology of dating. You know, talking about aspects of dating that not a lot of people want to talk about because I guess society just wants you to do the right thing, get married, start a family. You know, they give you the bare bone basics on how to meet people, but they don't tell you the in-depth psychology behind the minds of the people you're dating. It also tells you what it also tells men what they can do to better themselves, what to do and what not to do. It ain't just about improving men. Yeah, we got to improve the women as well, so they can learn a little something from this too. So that's why I decided to critique those two videos, and well, check them out first, then critique them for myself.
Mm-hmm. And
But
hello
with
to
that,
everybody coming in. Hello, hello, hello.
yeah, oh yeah, shout out to Eugene Steele. Thank you for stopping by as well. I'll drop the link in a little bit. Shout out to Eugene Steele. He's good peoples too. Now, let me just share this first one with y'all. All right, shout
And
out
how,
to
excuse me. And how has your Sunday been while we're getting everything together?
excuse me.
How has your Sunday been while you're loading this up? I was asking you, how was your Sunday? I know
My
it's been
Sunday was pretty
cold.
good. Yeah, it is cold, but my Sunday was pretty good. Honestly,
Good.
I went to a brand new church right here in my own suburb.
Well, that's good. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it seemed like a very friendly place. But yeah, shout out to Psyche Jin. I think I said it right. Psyche Jin. Shout out to him. This one says, remember, well, this is a part two to a story well, this is a part two to an already established story, but I just want to cover this one specifically because it kind of hit hard on something I think people need to understand, and you'll understand towards the end. This says, remember Andrew, the 43? Andrew responded to one of them. What happened next will shock you. So this is a part two to an already established story.
In
But
part one, I told you about and
oh, my bad. This is essentially part two to that story, but part two is the one I want to touch upon the most because it hit hard on something. You'll find out, and I'll let you know. You'll find out towards the end. All right, let's get into this. Fair use.
in part one, I told you about Andrew, 43 years old, makes $180,000 a year, owns his home, zero debt, in great shape, and suddenly getting DMs from women who wouldn't give him the time of day 15 years ago. Rachel, the woman who friend-zoned him at 29, now 41, divorced, 2 kids, messaging him after 12 years of silence.
Damn.
Melissa, the woman who ghosted him 3 years ago when he suggested coffee. Marketing manager, no history with Andrew, found him on LinkedIn, direct, confident, interested, 3 women, 3 very different situations.
So yeah, these are the 3 women that this Andrew guy had to choose from. This woman ghosted him because she was too. The first 2 ghosted him because they were too boring and going in different directions. While the final one doesn't know from a can of paint, but is willing to start fresh with him. That's basically what was discussed in part 2. I'm sorry, part 1. These 2 ladies ghosted him when they ghosted him nearly 15, 20 years ago. Now they're finally reaching out to him when he gets his life in order. How many times have we seen that play out in real life? All right, let's continue. Fair use.
And Andrew had to make a choice. Hundreds of you commented on part 1. You had opinions, strong opinions. Some of you said, go with Claire, fresh.
I say go with the Claire woman too. In the last part, I say he should go with Claire. She seems more genuine, but let's see where this goes.
Start. No baggage, youth, fertility, enthusiasm. Others said, give Rachel a chance. History matters. She's mature now. She's learned.
And fuck Rachel. She just come back to you because her last option didn't want her or got tired of her, whatever.
Grow. A few of you said Melissa. She ghosted you once. Make her work for it now.
She ghosted you once, she'll ghost you again. This is how I felt when I saw the first part. But let's continue.
Power dynamics make her chase. But here's what actually happened. And I promise you, it's not what you think. Let's talk about Andrew's decision, the dates that followed, and the lesson every man over 35 needs to understand about modern dating, because the ending, it'll surprise you. Andrew Sat with those deems for 3 days. He didn't respond immediately. He's not that guy anymore. The guy who jumps at female attention. The guy who responds within 5 minutes because he's grateful someone noticed him. He's 43 now. He's learned patience, strategic thinking, the value of observation. So he waited. And while he waited, he thought about what he actually wanted. Not what his ego wanted, not what would feel like revenge or validation, but what he genuinely wanted for his life. Did he want a relationship, maybe, but not just any relationship? Not a relationship born from someone else's desperation or regret.
Absolutely. That's the thing. If you're looking for a relationship, don't seek a relationship born completely out of someone else's desperation or regret. Nuh-uh. You need to have a genuine desire to want to be in a relationship, not to just fill a void because you're afraid of being alone and by yourself. But what do you think, Candy Cane?
You know, I have notes that I took when I watched through the video. I kind of wanted to like go through it, if that's okay, before I give any before I really give any input on it. Like watch the whole video and then I can go back and give some input.
Oh,
If
that's how
that's
you
okay
did
with you.
it. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, generally speaking, I like to watch a video and then critique it as I go through it. But hey, to each their
Okay.
own. So you see me
How do you want
stopping
to
it,
do? Because it's your panel, so I will acquiesce to however you want to do it.
or you could just simply whatever notes you took on on certain aspects of the video, just speak on that. Like I'll pause it, give my commentary, and if it's something that you took notes on previously, then hey, speak your piece on that.
Okay. Well, the first thing I noticed was that they told us very little about Andrew. Like we heard he was 43. We heard that he makes $180,000 and that he was trying to date. That was pretty much all they gave us as far as who he is, what he thinks, what he stands for. Then they said that he was getting hit up by women that wouldn't have given him the time of day 15 years ago. Why? What would be so different about him 15 years ago from now? They never gave any sort of bridge the gap information on that. So it left me a little confused. Did he lose a lot of weight? Did he suddenly have a higher income? Like what made him more qualified 15 years later that all of a sudden he's this chick magnet that he wasn't 15 years ago? So that was the thing that I noticed.
Oh,
And
okay.
then,
I get what okay. But we'll get into that later in the video. But go ahead, you'll find out.
okay, so that's why I said it's probably best because the notes that I took, I was taking that as I was watching, and then I realized it got a little bit, more in depth later on. That's why I said maybe we should watch. For me, anyway, you can give commentary along the way, fine. But I think maybe for me, it's probably better if I wait until the end so that I can like make it all make sense.
Okay. That might work, but let's continue. Fair use.
Not a relationship where he's the safety net after she tried and failed with someone better. Did he want casual dating? He'd done that through his 30s. It was fine, but it felt empty after a while. Surface level connections, manufactured chemistry, people using each other for temporary comfort. Did he want
Well, we've all been there, honestly. I know I have.
to stay single? That was always an option, the safest option, the path of least pain. Focus on
I
himself.
mean, you can do
his
that,
career,
but guess
his
what? It gets
hobbies, his
lonely after
peace.
a while. Yeah, I'm all for men focusing on their purpose, but come on. At some point, you're going to have a desire to want female interactions. Ain't nobody going to go their whole life not having interactions with a woman. Same thing with women. They can't go their whole lives without any interactions with men unless you just flat out hate men. But shit, that's neither here nor there.
I don't, unless you live in a woman only tribe, it's impossible to
Yeah.
have no interaction, even if it's not a romantic one. You got bosses, you got coworkers, you got family members, you got a man in your life somewhere. Did you
Well,
cut out?
people at work or at
Oh,
school don't count because they're off limits. Can you hear me?
or you just, yeah, it's a little bit of a delay. That's why I asked if you cut out because I heard something come in and go out. Can you say something else?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound clear now.
Oh, okay. I was saying people at work or at school or whatever, they're off limits. So I can't even count them. When I say interaction, I'm talking about companionship, someone to go places with, someone to talk to, And if it gets to
Okay.
that, and if it gets to that point, lay up with, cuddle up with in front of the TV, have dinner with, that kind of stuff. I ain't talking about no platonic. I mean, platonic friendships count for something, but I'm trying to go deeper than that. Just saying.
Hmm.
But let's continue. Fair use.
But Andrew was honest with himself. He did want connection, real connection, with someone who saw his value not because their options ran out, but because they recognized quality when they saw it.
Absolutely, and there you go. He needs a man should get a woman that's going to value him as a person and not see his value just because, well, the last few men she dated didn't work out, or she had her fun. Now she want to go find a good guy. That gets talked about a lot. When you're young, you want to have fun with the reckless bad boys or whatever. But then when you get older, past 35, now you want to seek out a good man. Well, you should just got a good man while you were young. I understand people grow up and mature, but there's a difference between growing up and maturing and having a late night epiphany. And how do I define that? Maturing is when you're younger, you do irresponsible thing, but then at a younger age, you also realize this and change yourself for the better while you're young. A late night epiphany is when you're over 35. Now you have the realization that time is running out. I gotta find a good man, this, that, and the third. And plus, I think maturing and evolving are not the same thing, because when people mature, they have a sort of a mental and psychological change. The mind kind of changes. The way you look at life changes. But when you evolve, sometimes you become a worse version. You can either be a worse version of yourself or the best version of yourself. And in the dating market, you have women who had their fun fucking around, being little 304s for the streets in their 20s, but when they reach their 30s, they transform into a worse version. Now she's just set in her ways, bitter, and now she's looking for a man not because she wants a good man, but because her options have run out, and now she's just looking to settle down with the first Joe she can get. She sees value in desperation, not so much what the man can do for her, not so much the man himself. It's like a Dragon Ball Z transformation. You go from one form to another. You transform into a form that's even more evil and more diabolical than the last one. Same thing with the dating market. The woman can become a more diabolical version of her previous self by the time she's 35 or 40 years old. If that makes any sense. But what do you think?
I mean, I think that can happen to anyone, male or female. If
It can.
so, what I mean by that is that, for instance, if you are not careful and you're not planning your life correctly, anyone can grow up and become bitter, like shells of themselves, worse versions of themselves. I think as you are young, we take youth for granted, all people to some extent, and people might move a little recklessly. The best thing that you can do, though, is stay grounded. That would be my advice to anybody who's like in their early 20s right now. You might feel like you have the rest of your life ahead of you, and those years pass quickly. And before you know it, you may wake up and be 35 years old, like you said, and then realize you haven't done anything with your life and you're upset or bitter. And as far as it comes to dating, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what people should and shouldn't do. If you find yourself unhappy at 35, you still have many more years to make corrections and fix whatever is not working for you.
Yep, absolutely. Makes sense to me. All right, let's continue. Fair use.
So he made a decision. He responded to Rachel first.
Now he's going for the Rachel woman. Let's see how this comes out.
Why, Rachel? Here's what he told me. I wanted to see if people really change. I wanted to test the theory. Does
really
maturity actually create wisdom? Does pain create growth? Or do people just get older and more desperate? He crafted a casual response. Nothing eager, nothing bitter. Just, hey, Rachel, Japan was
I do want to
incredible.
point something out.
I'm doing well.
Oh, go ahead.
When they show Rachel, look at how they made her haggard and old looking.
I said
And
the
I
same
noticed
thing too.
that
I'm like, I said the same thing
they
too when I
did
saw it for the first time.
when I saw originally when they showed her with her two kids, one of the contrasts that I noticed between how they're presenting Andrew and how they presented Rachel was, they said that Rachel was divorced with two kids, and then when they showed her home was a mess. they had the kids looking like they were unhappy and in disarray. And I was just kind of wondering, like, why would they paint the picture that way? Why would you assume that just because she's divorced that her house is a mess and the kids are unruly? I just thought that was a little strange. But then now they're showing her as haggard. It's like they're already painting a picture of don't pick Rachel, Rachel bad option. I don't think they're giving Rachel a fair shake.
I mean, do you think they're not giving her, or they just painting the reality of what's really going on in her life?
I mean,
kinda
it
see what
could
you're
be
saying.
it
Go
could
ahead, I'm
be the
sorry.
reality, but do you know a lot of women with two kids who look haggard at 35?
Well, I haven't met any like that, but I have seen some women. I've seen plenty of baby mamas out there who have a hard time controlling their kids. I can tell you that much because there's no man around to instill discipline. I've seen that situation before.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely possible. If you have multiple kids, like I've babysat multiple kids before for family members, and it can be a lot. I wouldn't really wish that on anybody. As a single parent, it's a lot. So I can imagine that would be stressful. I wonder why. Like let's just let it play. I want people to pay attention to how they paint Rachel, how they show her when they talk about her.
Oh, okay. Well, let's continue. Furious.
How are the kids? She responded within 20 minutes, enthusiastic. Long paragraph about her divorce, about her kids, about how she's been doing a lot of reflecting about her past choices, about how she really values stability now. Andrew read it 3 times. Values stability now, not
Value stability now.
values you, not regrets losing you.
You heard that? Value stability. Not the person with the stability, but the stability in and of itself. That could be a problem, and we'll see why.
Stability, the thing Andrew represents, not Andrew himself, but he gave her the benefit of the doubt. He suggested coffee. She said yes immediately.
Is the video lagging?
Just conversation. Saturday comes.
Excuse me?
Andrew minutes.
The video
What'd you
was
say?
lagging just a bit from I said the video was starting to lag a bit for me. I couldn't tell if it was on my end or if it was on yours.
Well, it's not lagging on my end.
Okay, so then it must be me. Um, okay, sorry about that. You can continue.
All right, let's continue. Fair use.
Early. Rachel arrives 10 minutes late. First observation, she didn't value his time enough to be punctual.
You're going to go on a date with a man. Have the common courtesy to arrive on time at least. Jeesh.
Looks good, well
Or at
maintained.
the very least, text or call and say you'll be late. Man.
Clearly takes care of herself, but there's a tiredness around her eyes, the kind that comes from years of stress and disappointment. They hug, sit down, order coffee, small talk, weather, traffic, the usual dance. Then Rachel starts talking, and she doesn't really stop for 30 minutes. She talks about her ex-husband, how he wasn't ambitious enough, how he didn't want to grow, how the marriage fell apart because he stopped trying.
Damn.
She talks about her kids, how exhausting single motherhood is, how expensive childcare is, how she barely has time for herself. She talks about her job, how stressful it is, how she's underpaid, how she's looking for something better. Andrew listens, nods, asks appropriate questions, but he's noticing something. She hasn't asked him a single question, not about his life, not about his work, not about what he's been doing for the past 12 years.
Okay, let me pause right here. Let me say this. As a woman, if you're going to meet a man for the first time or whatever, whether it's someone you haven't seen in a long time or just meeting for the first time, please do not lead the interaction with all your baggage and bullshit. Not only is that a cry for help, but it's just not the best way to open up to somebody that you're just trying to, get to know. I mean, come on. You saw in this scenario, she opened up about her husband. I guess the husband wasn't shit. He stopped trying. They got divorced. Now she's in a financial rut. And it's hard taking care of the kids. Why the hell would you lead an interaction with a man, with any man like that? It's almost like you're looking for help out of your situation and not a genuine man to take care of business. So already she's giving off Captain Saver, you know what vibes. I'm looking for a savior, not a good man. And yes, and in the past, I've spoken to women who said, well, who said similar things like, "I'm going through a financial rut. My mama just kicked me out the house. I don't know where to go." Women who say stuff like that are just looking for a savior. So already she's coming off as someone who's looking for a savior. But what do you think?
No, I agree with this point. Nobody should trauma dump on you. And I
That's
think
what
it's foolish of any woman to go on a date and then sit there and word vomit all over somebody, telling way too much too soon. You don't even really know if you want to connect with this person. You're still learning them. So to give them your whole rundown in history is just foolish to me. I think
that,
um, she probably should have thought a little bit more carefully about what information is relevant. Like if anybody, like if I was dating somebody and he was telling me all about how his ex was this and his ex was that, I would cut him off because to me you're the problem.
absolutely.
Why are you telling me all about your ex? I don't want to hear that. Like unless I'm asking you for that information, just volunteering, she didn't do this, she did, I don't care. That was before me.
Yep, absolutely. And yes, it goes both, and like you said, it goes both ways for men too. Why would you lead an interaction with my ex about my ex wasn't shit? I dated a girl 2 years ago and she did me dirty type shit. Why lead with that? Why would you do that?
Why? 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 Why?
Your ex shouldn't be that heavy on your mind. To me, that means you're not over them.
Absolutely. Uh-huh. And I had a woman tell me that she went out with a guy talking about he wouldn't shut up about his ex-girlfriend or whatever the fuck. So she had to let him go. I'm like, good choice. Clearly he's not over this chick. Or they still smashing one or the other. So yeah, like you said, that's a term I was looking for. Trauma dumping. You shouldn't do that to someone you just met or barely know. Mm-mm. But let's continue. Fair use.
45 minutes in, she finally pauses, looks at him, smiles. I'm sorry, I'm totally monopolizing the conversation. Tell me about you. What have you been up to? Andrew gives her a brief summary. New job 2 years ago, enjoying the work. Travels when he can, pretty content overall. Rachel nods. That's great. It's so important to be financially stable at our age, you know. I'm really focused on finding a partner who has their life together.
She's focusing on finding a partner that has her life together. So are you looking for someone to help you carry the financial burden? Or are you looking for a genuine man to love you, be there for you, take care of business, and be the man of your dreams? Because it sounds like the former to me. People who speak like
Well,
this are not looking for love or relationship. They're looking for a way out. That's basically what he's getting at. But go ahead.
Well, they did paint it that way with her. I could see why you would say that. But at the age of 35, if you aren't looking for somebody who has stability, then what are you doing? I mean, I could see you saying just
But
love
that's the
and
thing. My thing is this. Do you want the stability that comes with being with the man, or do you want the man with the stability? Because you should go for I say you should go for the
well, I
man. You
wasn't
want the man, not
finished.
so much what he can offer you.
You
Oh,
didn't let
God,
me
I'm sorry.
finish.
Go ahead.
You cut me off.
My bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I got carried away.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that when you're younger, you can leave a lot to potential. You don't have to focus so much on what he has. Most of the time, especially if you're in your 20s, you can build together. But I mean, if Rachel was any 35-year-old woman, not just one who was divorced with two children, I would advise her to make sure whichever man she was looking for has something with him. Like he has to have gainful employment, he has to have his own home or apartment, like the basics of taking care of yourself. So I wouldn't say that it's a bad thing to look for stability as long as it's
It ain't.
not stability only that you're focused on. That's that's the baseline. What else?
Absolutely. I'm glad you. I'm sorry. I'm glad you mentioned that. But go ahead. 'Cause that's it. That's it. Baseline. But go ahead.
That's the baseline of what you should be looking for in the upper ages. So to me, like it's kind of like when people come on Kendra G's show, right?
Oh,
And
don't get me
Kendra G
started with her.
and Kendra G asks the people, um, "What are your deal breakers?" And they say things like liars, cheaters, no job, that would have never been on my list of deal breakers because that should be a given. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I never thought of it like that. Thank you for informing me. I never thought of it like that, but I mean, who likes a liar and a cheater and a thief anyway? Or
Nobody.
a
And
stealer
you
anyway?
need to even say that. So when people come out of their mouths to say things like that, that tells me off the bat that's what you find the most. That's what you run into the most, and that's why it's the primary function on your or the primary thing that your brain is focused on right now.
Yeah.
And
And
so
instead of
when they say that, I feel like those women and men end up actually having they end up being a magnet for the liars, for the cheaters. You pull those people in because it's like a bat signal. And that's why they end up getting exactly what they say they don't want.
okay, shout out to Time is of the essence. Thank you for stopping by as well. Yes, I'll drop the link in a little bit. It is an open panel. Just make sure you come up here in peace. Now that trolling shit. I want to say something, but I forgot what it was that quick. Damn.
It's
But
it's
yeah, you were
lagging
right.
on
But
me.
no, I remember now. But
Just to give
I ain't
you
lagging
just
on
to give
my
you a little
end.
no. I'm letting well, I'm
Oh,
sorry. I said that wrong. It's lagging for me again. So just to give you a heads up, if I don't respond or if I cut you off, that's because I have a bit of a lag.
oh, okay. Damn, everybody's sitting acting funny. But here's the thing. I've always said, what was all? Oh yeah. I've always said part of knowing what you want in life is understanding what you do not want in life. So we all know you don't want a liar, a stealer, a cheater, or someone that's not faithful. That should be your blueprint for finding someone that is good for you. But I think a problem is we tend to focus too much on what we want and what we don't want and end up getting the things we don't want. I've been told that before. So yeah, that is pretty deep.
Absolutely. You become a beacon for it. Because you know what it
Mm-hmm.
signals? I think it signals to the liars and the cheaters. Oh, she's been dealing with people like me. That's why she said that. Like I know that probably sounds weird to say, but it's just time and time again. That's what I have seen when people are like, I don't want no loudmouth woman. It's because that's all you deal with is loudmouths. And now you say you want something different. And what are you going to attract? Loudmouth women.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't want a loudmouth woman. Find a woman that's I'm gonna say soft spoken. So no, you can't go through life focusing too much on what you do not want. Me personally, I like a bad girl with a heart of gold, but unfortunately, those women are not the most viable types for marriage. But that's kind of what I'm attracted to.
Hmm.
But but you know, if you're not that kind of woman, I understand because you know I've had the best of both, the good girls and the bad girls, so I can adjust. But let's see how this turns out. Fair use.
Someone mature, someone responsible. There it is again. Financial stability, responsibility. The things Andrew offers, not Andrew himself. He decides to test something. He asks, what are you looking for in a relationship right now? Rachel doesn't hesitate. Honestly, someone who can be a co-parent.
Someone to be a co-parent. So you need someone to take care of your kids or help take care of the
Wait a
kids.
minute. This is where I had a problem. Why would she need a co-parent if her and her husband are just divorced? Where is the children's father? Why do you need a new man to co-parent your kids? They didn't say he died. They just said that they got a divorce. In most cases where a divorce happens, the man doesn't just stop being a father.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
And excuse my means, by the way, that just adds some flair to it. But that's a good point too. I'm glad you pointed that out because
Yeah,
I didn't notice that
was
at
strange.
first. So
That
what
was
now?
strange to me. That was very strange to me when I saw it. Like her asking, I could see if she was never married or like the kid's father wasn't around, but they never set that up in the story. That's new information they're adding now, and it struck me as odd. But go ahead.
Yeah, they were divorced. I mean, sometimes I see that too, where these divorcees be looking for people to help take care of their kids and all that stuff. And some of them and some of them be baby mamas or baby daddies or whatever looking for co-parents. So I guess when they're taking care of kids by themselves with the father either not in the picture or barely in the picture, that's when they go into this looking for a co-parent mode. It's co-parent season or stepdaddy season, as they called it at one point. But yeah, I'm glad you noticed that, because she did say looking for a co-parent for her kids. But let's continue. Fair use.
Someone who's good kids, someone stable, someone who won't bail when things get hard, someone who's ready to build a life together. Andrew hears what she's saying, and what she's not saying. She's not looking for passion or chemistry or genuine connection. She's looking for a co-parent, a financial partner, a stability provider, a solution to her problems. She's not choosing Andrew, she's selecting a function. And Andrew happens.
And we'll talk about that towards the end. Choosing and selection. Choosing and selecting.
To fill that function. He asks another question. If we'd met now instead of 12 years ago, would you have been interested? Rachel laughs. Probably not, honestly. I was so immature back then. I was attracted to all the wrong things. The flash, the excitement. I didn't appreciate what actually matters. So what changed? Rachel pauses, thinks.
And that's something we talk about as well. What's the difference between someone that was immature when they were in their teens and 20s and have grown out of certain things, and a person that just realizes that, well, the fun's over, time to get serious. My clock is running out. I need to find somebody quickly. What do you think, Candy
But
Cane?
see, that doesn't appear to be Rachel's story though, because she was married. So she found somebody, it just wasn't him. You know what I mean? Even though the marriage didn't work out, they obviously got a divorce. It didn't for this particular person they're talking about. She might have been a little young and reckless, but she eventually did settle down with somebody that she thought she could work it out with.
Okay, good point. I'm glad you're seeing this stuff, because I said the same thing too. So wait, you're a divorced woman, but yet at the same time you claim you made, well, I guess one of her bad choices was marrying a man that had no goals or drive, no ambitions, but they didn't give us too much backstory on her ex-husband, as you saw in the video.
Right.
But that is one of the worst things you could do. Commit to someone that's not going to fully commit to you, the relationship, or to himself. He just there just for sexual gratification. I mean, do what you want when you're single, but when you're married, all bets are off after that. Just saying.
So for me, it's hard to really speak on marriage because I've never been married, right? But what I will
Same here.
say is, for what I think about people when they get into these relationships, there you have two types of people from what I've seen. People who rush to get married and don't really have a concept of what work that's going to entail for them. And then you have another set of people who were more planned about it, like had thought long and hard about it. And so I don't know which group she fell into with him, but I do know that people change over time. And oh, I'm sure divorce is not an easy thing for anybody. But if you're not on the same accord and y'all can't work it out, I don't see how you could remain together. You know what I mean? Like if he said that she all of a sudden wasn't doing whatever he needed her to do, like what she agreed to in the beginning, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Y'all made certain commitments to each other. If you aren't upholding those commitments, then that would be a reason to walk away from that relationship. And so if he's not being ambitious, I don't see why she would have stayed with him. Like, you know what I mean? If he was a big bump on the log type of thing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And that's something I used to ask myself. I'm not saying this applies to you or anything, but why do y'all get with these men and stay with these men knowing that they ain't about shit?
Well,
But
see,
the men who are about something, y'all just pass them up.
that's the trick bag, though. That's the
She-
trick bag because they didn't say, they said that she found out that he lacked ambition, but did he have it in the beginning? That's where I was trying to go with it. Sometimes
yeah,
you like, especially when you start off young, if they married young or whatever, if she met him in her 20s and she thought, like, let's say they met in school or whatever, You have a career path you think you're going down. He has a career path he thinks he's going down. And somewhere along the way, he stops. Like, did you ever watch Insecure
Insecure.
with
I think I have like bits of it.
Issa Rae?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so there was a part where Issa was with Lawrence, right? And
Shout out to Joy.
Lawrence was supposed to be like working in IT, I think is what he was doing, working on software or whatever. And at some point, he got fired from his job and just stopped doing anything. He would sit and play video games. So when she got with him, he was a good catch. He was a good guy, a good choice, as most people would say. He had a bright future ahead of him, but something along the way caused him to go into a state of depression that he just didn't want to do anything. And so during that time frame, like, she tried to give him time. I think, if I recall the story correctly, she gave him 2 years before she eventually broke up with him. And so after the breakup, I think that's what kind of sparked for him to get himself together, because he realized, like, yeah, she had no business with me in this moment. Like, granted, he was at his lowest point, but there was nothing she was going to be able to do for him to bring him out of that. He had to do it for himself. And the catalyst for him to get his shit together was basically for her to finally walk away from him. And I forget what he went into with his career after that. I guess what I'm just trying to say is, it's not always that people have a bad choice in the beginning. Some people change, things affect them. You know, you might have a depression stage or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know how long you expect people to stand by you while you're not even standing up for yourself.
Yeah, I understand. But here's the thing. I mean, when someone has potential to do something good, that's when you should get with them, because that's why I don't believe in all this. When you dealt with this man for 4, 5, 6 years, knowing he wasn't anything from the beginning, he didn't have any kind of potential compared to the nice guys that you friend zoned. So that's
But
the
that's what
thing
I'm
I
telling
need to
you.
get.
That's what I'm telling you. Lawrence did have potential.
Yeah,
Remember, he was in school and he was working to be a software engineer. He was building his own app, as a matter of fact. That's what it was. He was working on building his own app. And they were good in the beginning. You know, everything was working out well until he lost his job and then just decided he wasn't going to go get another one. I think in the beginning he had a hard time finding one, but then it turned out to be he just chose to stop looking at some point. So I don't know. I mean, that's why I say details matter, because they give us a broad overview and we're supposed to make psychological evaluations off a broad overview. And I just think there's a lot of nuances that go into it.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. But these stories are very interesting, and they even showed me some things, even if they are kind of broad. I noticed it myself, but we can only go on what's being told. But let's continue. Fair use.
I guess I just got realistic. Life happened. I learned what's important. Translation, she got older. Her options narrowed. The exciting guys moved on to younger women, and now stability looks attractive because it's all that's left.
Yep, and that's usually what that meant. Translation, though, the guys I want don't want me anymore, so now I'm ready to go for stability.
Andrew
Wait a
finishes
minute.
his coffee.
Am I confused? I think I might be confused. Is this the second woman or the first woman?
This is the first woman. We're still dealing with the first one. We're going to get to the second one.
Okay.
All right, let's continue.
Thanks her for meeting. Says he'll be in touch. He won't. Before I tell you what happened with Melissa and Claire, I need you to do something. If you're getting value from this story, if you're learning something about modern dating dynamics that nobody else is teaching you, hit that subscribe button right now. Because in part 3, I'm going to reveal what Andrew did 6 months later that completely changed his perspective on relationships, and you won't want to miss it. Seriously, subscribe now. You'll thank me later. And drop a comment below before responding to Melissa, not as a power play.
Now we're doing the second woman, Melissa.
Just because he wasn't in a rush. The coffee date with Rachel had clarified something. He wasn't interested in being someone's second choice. His response to Melissa was direct. Hey, Melissa, I remember you. What made you reach out now?
Okay,
He
I have a
wanted
pause.
honesty and surprising.
What's going on?
He said he wasn't interested in being anyone's second choice. right? Melissa
Yes.
is now his second choice. You see what I'm saying? Like the first
Wait,
woman
say
was the
that
first one.
again.
So he said he wasn't interested in being anyone's second choice. I think that's okay. We're talking about people over 35 because that's where they gave us the information, right? Over 35.
Yep.
At over 35, unless you are a virgin, everyone you date is a second choice to you. You know what I mean? Like these are not fresh kids. So like for him to say he passed that lady because he didn't want to be her second choice and now he's hitting up his second choice is funny to me.
But I think what he means is he doesn't want to deal with a female who sees him as how should I put this? He doesn't want to deal with a woman who sees him more as a safety net and not a good man. You remember that first woman, that
Well,
first female at the trauma dumping, she seemed like she was looking more for a savior and not so much for a man to come out there, show her love, show her passion, and show her everything that a man is supposed to do. That's the message we got from what she
I
wanted.
mean, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like men come not just with passion. I, they do come with the safety net. That's part of being a man. Like she shouldn't have led with that. Okay, so here's what I'll say about the first woman, Rachel. Rachel's biggest issue to me was in the midst of her trauma dumping, her focus, her sole focus was finding someone to Iyanla fix her life for her. The problem though is he never asked her about like the non-tangibles, like the passion and all of that stuff. That he just let her talk and was listening for what she didn't say. We don't know for sure if she didn't want love or any of those other things. It might have just been because of the situation she was in. The only thing she could focus on was the immediate needs, the tangible needs, which is somebody to help unburden her. So yeah, I don't know about this. We'll see what he says about the second lady.
Can you hear me? Okay, there we go. All
Oh,
right.
now I can. So my bad. If you were talking, I didn't hear any of that. I wasn't trying to be
No, no,
loud. I
no.
warned you. I pre-warned you that it's got a on my end. I have like cut off or lag, so I'm not trying to talk over you.
No, that's all good. I was being quiet the whole time, but I'm just saying. But yeah, excuse me. I did hear what you were saying.
Okay.
And yes, a man should be a safety net for a woman that actually values him, not value what he can do for her. That first chick was just looking for a man to, like you said, lessen the burden. And the thing is, if you're looking for someone to just get you out of a rut, I think a relationship should be the last thing you should be focusing on because you're more concerned. You're basically in survival mode. That's the worst time to be kept to focusing on a relationship. It becomes more about selecting a partner that can do the most for you, not choosing a good partner. And we'll get into that later on in the video.
Before you
Okay, let's
press play, can I say hello? I can't type it out. Hi, creative. Hello, Miss Joy. Hello to everybody who's coming in.
shout out to Creative Solutions. Okay, dang. I didn't realize it's been 50 minutes already. I know there's people waiting. Okay, anybody want to share their thoughts on this first on this first story? And if we have time, we'll get into the second video. If we don't go past 3 hours, we'll get into the second one as well. But let's continue. Fair use.
She gave it to him. Honestly, I looked at your LinkedIn and saw how well you're doing. I'm at a point in my life where I'm being more intentional about who I date. And I realized I let a good one slip away 3 years ago.
Well, you realize that after looking at his LinkedIn profile and saw how successful he was. Okay.
Andrew appreciated the directness. But that phrase, saw how well you're doing, she checked his professional success before reaching out. His value.
And don't you hate when motherfuckers do shit like that? They check your status on Facebook and see that you're doing well. Now they want to hit you up and try to reconnect. Oh, man.
LinkedIn is weird. Like, why would I don't see why anybody would try to date through LinkedIn unless money is like the only thing that you could be focused. Like, it's weird. That's a weird avenue. It's not a dating app. It's for work.
I mean, she's not using it as a dating app, but she just discovered him on LinkedIn, you know?
Was assessed before his person was.
I got a phone call. Hold on.
Sure. And I guess while he is taking the phone call, I'm just gonna go through and say hello again to everybody who's come in. I hope you all are having a good Sunday. Today is 222. Did you guys realize that? 222, is that like some astrological number or something? Should we be playing lotto today? Anybody play lotto? Do they have lotto today? I don't even know. Did you guys make Sunday dinner? Is that a thing people still do? Did anybody cook? What happened just now? No lotto in Vegas? Oh, okay. I did not know that. I've been to Vegas. I actually went hiking in Vegas. I loved it. Yeah. And you're in the process of cooking right now, Creative. What are you cooking? What are you making for dinner? I made ground turkey tacos. Well, a super taco, but that's a Chicago thing. But ground turkey tacos were for dinner tonight. That's what I wanted. I did not know they did not have lotto in Vegas. Probably because you all have like it's the gambling capital with all the casinos and whatnot. They don't want you cutting into casino money, maybe. I'll have to look into that. Turkey, rice, and veggies. See, we were on the same. I mean, I had turkey tacos. You got turkey, rice, and veggies. I bet that's good. Sounds good. When you spent a lot of summers in Chicago, that's the best time to come, to be honest. The best time. Oh, that is the reason. See, educated guess. Mm, yeah, summertime shy is the best time to be in the city, as long as you don't get caught in the protest. Yes, and it's early there now, right, Miss Joy? I think it's what 4:30 there now. I think so. Did you guys see they had snow in California? Like a lot of snow in California. We don't even have that much snow in Chicago right now. That blew my mind. Like the world seems to be kind of twisted right now.
Okay, I'm
Up is
back.
down and down is up.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
back. Yeah, a lot of people were saying some stuff.
Well, I was just trying to hold down the panel and keep the dead air going while you were taking your phone call.
Hey, it's all good. Creator said, "What part of California?" I don't know
Mm.
what y'all were talking about because I had to mute myself.
There was snow in, let me see. American Tradesman put a video up. He's in California, and he was some park he was at, and it was like a lot of snow. Hold on, let me see. Before we start, I just want to give her this information. He said Sugarloaf Park. Do you know where that is, Creative? Sugarloaf Park. It's a lot of snow there. If this is real, unless he's tricking me with AI, but it didn't seem like it was an AI video. It seemed like a real video on his phone, like walking around showing how much snow. I couldn't believe it. I never saw that before.
Oh, okay. Well, she said Northern California. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Don't want to derail that conversation. If y'all want to hit the link and come up, the link has been pinned like twice already. But let me know what y'all think about this as we critique this story. All right. Well, these stories. All right. Fair use.
Considered. Still, he was curious. He suggested drinks. She agreed. They met at a wine bar downtown on a Wednesday evening. Melissa was attractive, confident, successful in her own right. She didn't have kids, never married, focused on her career through her 30s, now 38, and finally ready to prioritize relationships. The conversation was better than with Rachel. Melissa asked questions, showed genuine interest, talked about her own life without making it a trauma dump. There was chemistry, potential. Halfway through the second glass of wine, Andrew asked her the same question he'd asked Rachel. What are you looking for right now? Melissa was thoughtful. I want a partner, someone who's established, someone who understands what it takes to build a career. Someone who's emotionally available but also independent. I've dated a lot of guys who were one or the other, never both. Andrew nodded.
Okay.
And why me? Why reach out after 3 years? Melissa smiled. Because 3 years ago, I was still dating for excitement, for the butterflies, for the drama, honestly.
Yep, that's what she was doing 3 years ago. She spent 3 years ago, she was still dating men for the thrills, chills, and sexual gratification. Now she's ready to settle down. And this guy, after looking at his LinkedIn, again, she scoped him out by looking at his LinkedIn profile and saw how successful he was. And now she wants to select this guy.
See, okay. This goes back to my original statement. What has changed about him in 3 years that he's all of a sudden this chick magnet? They aren't doing a good job of explaining that part.
Okay.
Like, what
But
do you know
it's
what it is?
I have a good idea because I did a show on this maybe about a month ago or something about why men in their 40s suddenly have women their own age all of a sudden interested in them. You should check out that stream. But if you want to talk about it on this panel, we can.
Right.
We can.
Like specifically, why are they? Okay, no. What I mean by it is they said he was 43 years old. He had no kids, and he was making $180,000. And that was all the info they gave us on him. But then they said that he had a bunch of women, which I've never seen any man outside of celebrities have like women constantly in their inbox like that. Even on the dating apps, like unless he is like smoking gun hot or like really presents well, I don't think I've ever seen a man say that he had that many like options. So that kind of was a thing that I noticed. And then but still they're not saying why all of these women wouldn't give him a chance 15 years ago. That's where I'm stuck at with Andrew. Because we get details on the women, but like what has changed in 15 years for him?
I want to say his financial status, but before we get into that, I got two people in the back. Hold on, give me a second.
Welcome to my block, a Queens domain. Got that holiday vibe running in my veins. Yeah, the candy cane lane got beauty and brains, dropping sophisticated knowledge while I make it rain. I'm fierce with the wit, majestic with the style. Keep the whole neighborhood watching with a smile. A cheerful disposition, but you know I lead the pack. Got a mind full of genius, ain't no turning back. So feel the fresh rhythm. This is my happy sound, the smartest, flyest woman that you've ever found. Candy cane lane, that's right. Candy cane lane all night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Creative Solution, part of evolution. She's always welcome to this institution. And also, please welcome 18th ladder, making life better. He comes up here tougher than leather, then leather, then leather, then leather. Welcome, both of you.
Thanks a lot, Hustler and Muscular. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Good.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Oh, Candy Cane. Well, you know Creative Solution. Candy Cane, this is 18th ladder, my new friend, Candy Cane Lanes.
Candy Cane.
Oh, the Chicago people go find each other now.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Well, Candy Cane, you forgot I stayed in Chicago, so don't come at me now.
Yeah, I did forget, but you know what? I'm always like 18th is always around, and we're in some of the same like Discord. So
absolutely.
So Creative, has that always been your?
To be fair, I forgot 18th. I be forgetting 18th was also in Chicago. My bad. I used to forget too.
That's funny. Did you hear my question, Creative?
No, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I said, did you update your profile picture recently, or has that always been your pick?
Oh no, I just updated it.
I think it's really cute. I love your hair.
It is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. So, but what y'all thought about this so far? We're just critiquing this story about this man, this 43-year-old man who has 3 women hitting him up, and he's trying to determine which one should he take seriously. The first one was a bust because she was trauma dumping, looking for a savior. This other woman only got in touch after looking at his LinkedIn profile, so she's more fascinated by his accomplishments. But What do y'all think about what we have to say so far? And Candy Cane Lane's original question was, this 43-year-old man or any man's over 35, what changes about a man at 35 than at 25 years old?
No.
A lot of stuff changes.
No. Wait. He's misquoting me. That's not my question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you
Not
tell
my question. My question was, they painted this man in the very beginning as a 43-year-old who makes $180,000, right? They didn't give us much information on him other than that, but they said that now all of a sudden he's on this dating app and women are giving him a chance that wouldn't have given him a chance 15 years ago. My question is, what has changed about this man in 15 years that made him such a hot commodity today versus 15 years ago? You didn't give enough backstory for that to make sense.
Yeah, probably the fact that he makes $180,000.
Well, how do we know he didn't make 180 15 years ago? They never said that.
Usually a person at the age of 28, that's very difficult to accomplish when you're in the work field, unless you're doing something like maybe in engineering or some type of job, working the oil rig, some type of job like that. But usually a person that's in their 20s are not really making that amount of money. It takes time, as you age to make that amount of money. When the average person only makes 50,000, 180,000 is a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah,
So
I
my
agree.
my next question would be, well, how would those women know how much he's making outside of the woman who looked him up on LinkedIn? Just looking at this man on a dating app, unless he put his salary on there, they would never know that he makes 180,000. So that
Thank you,
to me
Candy Cane.
it wouldn't apply to say that he's now more viable 15 years later, unless this man is leading with his wallet and then getting mad at the results that he's getting. What woman would know that?
It don't seem like he's doing that. I don't think he's leading with his wallet. I recommend no man do that. But I got somebody else in the back. Hold on. Give me a second.
Welcome to my block, a Queens domain. Got that holiday vibe running in my veins. Yeah, the Candy Cane Lane got beauty and brains, dropping sophisticated knowledge while I make it rain. I'm fierce with the wit, majestic with the style. Keep the whole neighborhood watching with a smile. A cheerful disposition, but you know I lead the pack. Got a mind full of genius, ain't no turning back. So feel the fresh rhythm. This is my happy sound. The smartest, flyest woman that you've ever found. Candy Cane Lane, that's right. Candy Cane Lane all night.
Please welcome Tiffany Starborn. Best believe she's gonna toot her own horn. Welcome to the show, Tiff.
Hello. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Hey, Tiff.
Hey, Twin. Hey,
So
How you doing?
hey,
You want
y'all.
to add?
Sorry,
what
I'm
you wanna-
late.
It's all good. You on Bronzeboro Shore cutting up, so I ain't mad at you.
Okay. I'm just gonna get in while I fit in. So if y'all wanna continue, I'm gonna go on mute for a second.
All right, go ahead. Now the 18 letters point, I do agree, because let's be honest here. Between 18 and 20 and 29, we were all broke and struggling. Going to college, working part-time job. We've all been there. I got my first job at 19 years old. I wasn't good at saving back then, but I had to learn eventually. I didn't get my first retirement plan until I was damn near 30 years old. So it takes time to build that kind of financial stability. So,
but the crazy thing is,
growing mature, we have
way.
to kind of go ahead. I'm sorry, 18. Go ahead.
My bad, hustle. I was just gonna say the way hypergamy works. You'll run into people like because like a young lady, she's in her prime at that age, like around 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So she has her pick of the litter. And a lot of the times, the type of man that she may be into. Go ahead. What you was going to say?
I was going to say, how is that true? Like, who was saying that she's in her prime? She's still young, trying to find herself.
No, I'm talking about.
She's in her prime to who?
Physically.
She's in her physical prime. Between 18 and 25. I'm sorry, 18 and 29. That's considered peak years for women, for youth, beauty, and most importantly, fertility.
According to who, though? According to who?
Biology. Woman.
No.
Let me just say this real quick. Let me just say
hold on, beautiful
people. No, I don't remember learning this in biology class.
No,
exactly. Hold on, beautiful people. Because when I was between the ages from 18 to 25, even probably 27, I was skin and bones, right? I
That's
really
you,
didn't have
creative.
people.
That's you.
Hold on, let me finish. I really didn't have people viewing me like that, right? Second of all, I don't know where all these people be like, you're at the top of this and all. I had people, yeah, they wanted to date me, but none of them wanted to like propose. All of them was having fun. A lot of these people were having fun. And I was like really, really young. So, and I was young minded too. I wasn't thinking about all of those things. So when people say all of that, I'd be like, what are they talking about? To be honest, I
I
didn't.
was going to tell you if you had let me finish, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go. No, I'm gonna wait till you done. You finish. Go ahead. You finish.
Oh, I was gonna
wait.
say because I didn't get to like when people be like, "Oh, you in your prime, and everybody likes you." I didn't get that until I hit like 30 or my late 20s when I actually put on weight and people were actually viewing me like that, and I actually know thyself. Before then, it wasn't. I didn't. I still wonder like where is this coming from? In your 20s, you got the top of the pick.
When it comes to who finds you attractive,
where's that coming from?
That varies from person. When it comes to who finds you physically attractive, I think that varies from person to person. I mean, physically, you're still at your peak year. Even if no man checking for you, we're talking about biologically, physically, that's your peak years for, especially for fertility. Now, who finds you attractive? That's entirely on you and the men that you're dealing with. So it's kind of a two different concepts.
And the only thing,
but I can see fertility, but I still have to disagree because a lot of people don't know themselves in their 20s. A lot of people possibly had a lot of weight on them. A lot of people probably was going through trauma. A lot of people probably weren't happy. A lot of people were busy working. So when people say stuff like that, I just,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything that has to do with you mentally or maturing anything. I'm talking about simply physical. For a lot of women at that age, is like Hustler said, from 18 to 25 years old, the large number, depending on their attractive level, the large number of men that they can attract. And a lot of the times they attract older men with resources. And sometimes they would date those older men with resources. I'm not saying an old creep. He can be in his late 20s or early 30s, and she may be in her mid 20s or early 20s, and he has the resources. And sometimes those young ladies will expect a man their age to have that, especially if she's used to dealing with a man that has that. So the point that they may not look good. I had a girl.
I call cap.
I call cap too because we're all young. I call cap. I don't know what fantasy world y'all living in. I don't think a lot of women think that. I mean, the idea of having somebody pay all of this and treat us nice. Yes, we do live in a fantasy world when it comes to that.
Before y'all continue,
our own age, we're able to identify and we're able to like share common interests and share understanding. We don't automatically jump to, oh, he has to have all of these things. I don't think a lot of women, we're able to like, that's why a lot of women, they date people around their ages. They understand. They're willing to go 50-50. They're willing to help pay because that's who they're attracted to. I don't know where I get this from, but go ahead, 18 letter.
Well, y'all got it. I'm gonna be quiet. Y'all.
Before you continue, this is a new thing I got going for my show. So work with me. So create Candy Cane creator. Y'all call cap. So will it be double or triple?
That was me. Cap. I was quiet.
I call cap. That was me.
Double or triple?
I have a question.
Wait, what's the question?
I said, will it be double cap or triple cap?
I have a question.
Triple cap.
Triple? Okay, triple it is.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit.
C-A-P. Cap.
Yep, that's how that works.
Okay. So I had a question for 18th letter.
Shout out to Genesis I Am and Raging Demon. Welcome to the show. So go ahead, creative. Go ahead. Before we get back to the video, go ahead.
I have a question for 18th letter, if I can jump in here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So you're saying that a woman's physical peak biologically is between 18 and what age?
No, that's what Hustler was saying, between 18 and 25.
I said
I
29,
partially-
actually.
Oh, 18 to 29. Okay. I partially agree with that. I'm talking about when she's a young lady and she's very attractive, then she gets a lot of male attention. So she has a pick of the litter from the men that she wants. And in some cases, if she can get better in men as far as resources, then a lot of the times they are not looking at young boys their own age, because they can get other men that got more than them boys, especially if he don't have a car, or he's in school itself, or he's just trying to do something. A lot of the time, sometimes, at least I'll say sometimes, those women, if they can get other men, it's like, oh, sweetheart, I can do this for you, or we can do this, and I can take you here and take you there, then that's what, if those girls can get those type of guys, then a lot of the times those are the guys that they'll choose.
So my question to you is, what's the problem then? If you hold on, let me finish my question. Y'all have a tendency to jump in before people finish. So here's the thing. If a young woman is picking older men, right? And y'all say she's picking him because of the resources and that's what she has available to her, why would the curved, nice guy who is her age feel away if you understand the dynamics that she needs the resources? Why then are so many men bitter as they age over the fact that they got passed up in their youth?
Who says we're bitter?
No, nobody's bitter.
Nobody's.
About anything.
Nobody
Let me
said that
respond.
they are
Let me
bitter.
respond real quick, Hustler.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. my bad.
Nobody,
Go
no,
ahead.
nobody.
The purpose of
bitter
this
about-
video, Husker.
Nobody's bitter about anything. A lot of the times, those men get older, and they are the ones now that they can. And you have sometimes maybe it didn't work out between that young lady, and she's now looking back at him, and he's like, "You wasn't checking for me when I didn't have this, so now I'm not checking for you." That's not bitter.
Okay, you're correct. That may not be considered bitter. So then why even entertain? So the whole reason I asked that question, Huskular, was not to just be offensive, but it goes in line with the video. Two of the women that he's passing up right now, the first one was somebody that he wanted to date and she didn't want to date him. The second one was somebody that did date him, but I think he said she ghosted him. And so like, why even circle back and entertain these women if you know you felt like you wanted to pass on them anyway? Like, if the mindset is,
maybe he wants to see.
Maybe
he wanted to see what's going to work. I'm sorry. But maybe he wanted to see what was going to work and what doesn't. Remember, at the beginning of the video, they established that the man was not angry or bitter or looking for revenge. He just responded to their DMs in a casual sense, in a nonchalant sense. So he didn't give off no angry, bitter, I'm going to get revenge on this crazy bitch vibes. So,
well, I didn't see. That's the thing. You're adding to it. That's not what I was saying.
Go ahead.
One of the things that I even noticed was even in the approach of how he tried to date those women, he dated them according to how he saw their value. So like the single mother, he only took her out to coffee because that's what he felt like she was worth investing
Maybe
in
he
that
is.
moment. And then the second, hold on, you gonna let me listen? Y'all can't have me up here trying to.
I'm sorry.
Participate and cut me off now.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay, so the second woman, he went out with her for drinks. So we have an escalation in the dating process. Coffee for the one I have the least amount of real invested interest in. I'm just going to take her out and just see what she's thinking about. Drinks for the other one. So the second woman had no kids. So like 2 kids equals coffee. No kids equals at least drinks. The last one, which was the fresh one, we haven't gotten to, but even that date, the way he went about dating her was even different. So I'm just paying attention to the different ways that you're saying that he didn't have a feeling towards these women. I'm saying that he did. It was underlined.
Okay, I understand that. I mean, I have reason to believe that. I mean, think about anytime you take somebody out on a date, you got to start simple. I mean, how would this man look taking this woman to a high end restaurant, you know, and they either just met
No, I think
each other in a
you're
long
missing
time.
my point.
Maybe he
I
could
think you're missing
afford it, but that doesn't mean he got to go out there and spend it. If he's really serious, he could start with something simple,
You're
work his
missing
way
my
up.
point, Hustler. You're missing my point. It's not about how much he's spending. I'm saying that he's actively choosing to spend less the less he values each woman.
Well, you got to keep in mind, this is the same chick who, I don't know, ghosted him for whatever reason, said he was too boring for whatever reason. Stability is boredom. So he had to move accordingly. I mean, if some chick ditched me 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and now she hitting me up, I'll probably feel the same exact way. Why are you talking to
Let
me
me tell
now?
you,
What's changed? So I would be
somebody
skeptical too.
if
So he's moving
somebody hit
accordingly.
me up 15 years after they left me alone, I'd leave them alone as well. Because in my mind, if we didn't work then, we probably aren't going to work now. What has changed between the two of us? I don't believe in circling the block. There's not a single person I've ever dated that I'm like, damn, that's the one that got away. If we didn't work for a reason. So I think, you know how I hear a lot of men say, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop talking in a minute here because I don't want to hog the panel. But I hear a lot of men say things like, you know, women will date, they go out with men just to get free meals and they don't really have an interest in these men. And I feel
They
like
do.
this video is an example of a man doing that because you went out with these women knowing you already felt a way about the fact that they rejected you in the past and that you were looking for reasons to now reject them. So you weren't really invested or
Andy.
you weren't really trying to date these women in good faith or earnestly to me. I feel like you just wanted to go out with these women to have the opportunity to now shut them down.
Okay, let's go with that theory for a second. Let's say that's what he was. You know the old saying, what goes around comes around. So these same women ditched him years ago. Now he's flipping the script on their asses and giving them a taste of their own medicine. If you want to put it like that, shit.
Well, so that's not considered bitter. You basically wanted to do the same thing, or he wanted to do the same thing that was done to him. That's not considered bitter. Instead of just saying, you know, that's okay. I'm just gonna move on. I'm not gonna entertain that. No, you wanna, you know, double back to show, oh, I'm successful. I have money. This, that, and the third. Look what you missed out. So I want to know why that's not considered bitter.
Well, depending on how he's moving. Remember, we established that he wasn't bitter. He doesn't seem bitter. He just seemed like
Well,
he's
you
trying
don't
to
know that. You
nonchalant.
just say, you know, seem bitter, but the way he, like Candy explained, the way he's moving in a way that, you know, I hear people a lot say, you know, date with intention. And it don't seem like he was dating with intention. He was just seeing what his options are out there. Isn't that why I hear men talk about all the time about women have these array of options? So why is it this man can't just go out there and expand on his option? And if the woman goes to him, okay, go move
That's a
on,
good
and she
question,
try to come
actually.
back later. You
Let's
know,
just say he's not doing that. Let's just say
Well, here's the thing.
he hasn't
He's
already been doing
43.
it.
He's 43 years old. He makes $180,000. He appears from the video to be in good shape. Why hasn't he been picked yet himself?
He
Like,
does.
say that again.
that's a good question.
Say that again. I didn't hear it. I'm sorry. What did you say, 18?
I say he does the picking. He's the one.
Right.
Remember, he's a more successful one now. So now he has his pick of the litter compared to when he was 10, 20 years younger, where he barely had his pick of the liquor. I mean, the litter.
So then, okay, here's what I'm saying. Just like the video led with this man's salary, you all are saying now his value has increased because his salary increased. Why is it so wrong then if the woman see more value in him because of his salary?
Because that's all that they're looking for. It's one thing I understand that as a woman, you want financial security. Every female on God's planet wants a man with financial stability. The problem is, if that's all you're looking for, you care more about the stability and not the man with the stability. That's when it becomes a problem. Like I could be any old Joe off the streets. You'll be like he could be just any old Joe off the streets, but because he's financially stable, you'll take him. Never mind, no chemistry. Never mind, no sexual compatibility or sexual thrills. You want what he can do for you. That's all
That's
it is.
not
But
true.
that's what men
But
try
wait a
to
minute.
avoid.
Wait.
That's
I
what men try
agree
to
with what you're
avoid.
saying. I
Being
agree
used
with
for
what
their
you're saying.
resources. Yeah.
But here's the problem. You all associated his value with his money. You made it so that his character traits were not important. That's what men are doing. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I kept
Right.
asking you, what
So you're
was the
saying men are
difference
leading with their wallets. Is that what you're saying?
No,
They're
that's not
leading
what
with
I'm
their
saying.
wallets?
Let, that's not what I'm saying. What
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying is, you and 18th both told me that what made him better today versus 15 years ago was his money. You didn't say that he was in a better mental space. You didn't say that he had gotten his body together. You didn't say that he had gone to therapy to heal his traumas. So, my question to you has been from the beginning, what's making him a hot commodity to women today? The only answer either of you gave me was his financial status. But then you're getting upset with the women who are choosing this man because of his financial status. Y'all got to make that make sense.
I'm gonna make it make sense because I'm not.
Go ahead, 18th.
I think a lot of the times we try to overcomplicate things and play semantics and different things when it comes to stuff like this, and it's really not that complicated. We live in America. We live in a capitalistic society. Everything is about money. A lot of women chase after the men with the money. Most women, I'm not going to say most, but you have some women that don't care about how you get your money. Only thing they care about if you got it, and everything else, characters and all of that is secondary. Mental health and all of that other stuff is secondary. Just like you have men who they want women without children because they want to be able to have a woman that doesn't have children because that can possibly be the woman that they will have a child together and that'll be his family. So it's quite simple when it comes to that. Women chase after men with money or the best man that they can get within the options that they have, and men, if they're in a position that where they can take care of everything, they're looking for women that don't have children. Now, a lot of it's people in the gray area that's between black and white that end up finding each other, dating, and people compromise. But that's really uh, the main thing. That's the way things are, unfortunately.
I
And
guess
let me
my
throw this
point,
in there. And let me throw this in
okay,
there real quick. Let me throw this in there real quick. Because we say men are valued for their ability to build, provide, and protect their financial status. Well, on the flip side, women are valued for youth, beauty, and fertility. So, Candy, can you ask, why should women get upset at men? Why should men get upset at women because they want, the financial status of a man? Well, you can ask a woman the same thing about her value. If you met a man and all he wants is your beauty, your youth, your facility, and sexual gratification, not the person with these things, wouldn't you feel some kind of way too? In other words,
but
the
see,
man wants you just for sex. Would you
that's
feel some
not
kind of
what
way
I
too?
that's not what I was saying. What I was
That's where
saying
your
is that
value lies. But imagine being used just because of said attributes. In this case,
but
sexual
see,
gratification from a woman, the same way men have financial status, being used just for those things.
you're attributing to me what you were saying. That's not what I was saying. That's why I keep trying to tell you all, you are the ones saying that a man's value is his money. The women are telling you that so this video has set it up to make it seem like bad option, better option, best option. And when you get all the way through to number 3, which would be Claire, you would be foolish to pick number 1 or 2 because they've already set them up to be bad option, better option, best option. So I guess what I'm trying to say is once you all stop focusing on money being the source of your value, then the women will follow. Like, yes, women seek resources, true enough. But I've never dated a man simply because he had money. Like, money is not going to make, you can't unlame a man with money.
You
I
really
could give
can't.
you, no, you can't. Because all she's going to do is come and take your money. And then when it's gone, she'll be gone too.
I could have told you that. Shit, we all know how that go down.
But what I'm saying
No shit.
Go ahead.
associating a man's value simply being, can you hear me? I'm sorry, my earpiece is trying to die on me.
I got you. We got you.
Okay, I'll wait till the other one picks up. Instead of always like especially online and in these spaces, they have convinced men that 666 matters. Uh, what is it? 6 figures, 6 feet, six. I think the last.
6 inch peen.
Okay, so they've convinced y'all that that matters, and then I think at some place along the way, men stop listening to some of the women and what they say matters to them. Like I feel like y'all made it seem like he has so much more value now that he has money, and then when he is finding women who look at him for the money, now you want to kind of crucify those women for that. And I don't think that um it doesn't correlate to me. Had he led like that's why I kept asking you, what makes him better? They never said that he had worked on his personality, that he went and got hobbies. They never showed any real reason why, outside of money, he's a better man today. That's why I was so confused.
Okay. 18, you still there? I saw two of you come up here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think it's the fact that, man. I think
You're a
You're
little low.
You're very low.
hold on. How about now? Y'all can hear me okay?
Yeah, we
Yes,
got
much
you.
better.
And Miss Say It Real said all this objectification and categorizing instead of seeing the death of a person in front of you. That is not what we're doing over here.
I mean, that's easy to say now that we're older, but a lot of people, I think it's a lot of double talk when it comes to that, because people follows people's actions. And it's not people that convinced us that money, it's the way that society is structured in general. You have a lot of we can sit here and we can say that it shouldn't matter, it's about character. But honestly, if you
No, I never said it doesn't matter. I said that's not his only attribute, but that's
okay,
the only one y'all focus on.
no, that's the one that a lot of people deem most important, Candy. All of that other stuff about you being a good person, all of this, you do this well. That's cool in the movies. Yeah, that's cool when they, make characters and stuff in the movie. But most people don't go.
That's in real life too. You don't. Okay, so
I mean,
you
to an
don't
extent,
date
it does
women.
happen in real life too. So
Yeah,
we can't go too off the board with it like that. There are some women that value a man's character, not just what he has to, what's in his wallet. Yeah.
Yeah, so in some cases, I will admit, in some cases, but I do think that if you take a long line of women, let's say 30, and it's about a man with money and resources, at least 20 of them is gonna be about the resources, and we know this. Most people know this. So like I said, we live in America, and everything is based on money. And it's not that we naturally think like this; is the way that we've been programmed to think. We've been programmed to think like that, with luxurious items, with lifestyles of the rich and famous, the celebrities, Instagram, all the social media. So a lot of people have this type of mentality because everything is about money
The
in America.
average person isn't living luxurious, so I think that's kind of disingenuous to
I know
put
that
a
not living
a
luxurious, but
small minority on a group of people and apply it to the mass majority. Because even when you
we
like
programmed
bring up
that way
Instagram,
though.
you see people going on trips, you see people. I I get that, but I mean,
I'm not saying that
a lot of
we
times men do leave with their pockets. So it's like when y'all leave with your pockets, don't be surprised when that what the woman is eyeballing, if that makes sense.
nobody's
Yeah, but
surprised
to
about
be
that.
fair,
It's an exchange. It's an exchange. Most men that date, depending on that type of man, he's not delusional. He know that a woman is after him for resources or money and everything, and he wants a
Well,
fair.
not
especially the old
necessarily.
men,
I think that's the
especially the older
misconception too
men.
that men do have because men. Okay, if you have that mindset, then that's the kind of woman you're gonna attract. A woman that's only quote unquote after your resources. People. I mean, okay. Let me ask you something. When you ask a woman out on a date, for the most part, why are you asking her out on a date?
Because I find her attractive and I find her personality. If she has a good personality, along with being
Well, how you
attractive,
know? Well, okay. You went with attractiveness first, which is quote unquote normal, right? Because that's we go off by what we see first. So you won't know about her personality until you get to talking to that person, have a conversation, and see, oh, like, okay, I like, what I'm
You got to
hearing.
keep in mind, Tiff, as men,
Then
we
we
are
ask her out, so I
visual
get to,
creatures.
know her more.
I'm sorry, but we are visual
Oh my God.
creatures.
Okay,
So
I
both,
know. I get that.
Everybody's visual, man.
I
It
mean,
ain't
I
and like
think
nothing.
Warden,
people are
shout out to
visual
Ivy Warden,
creatures.
'cause we
Yeah.
trying to
They're right. If you don't think that I notice when a man is good looking, come on. I don't know why men say
That's
that.
what
Men
I'm
are visual
saying.
creatures. So are women.
Men visual.
It doesn't.
So are women.
Our barometer may be different. Our measuring stick may be different, but I definitely can tell you what I think is attractive or not.
women are visual creatures. Really?
Yes.
Is that surprising?
That's
Why
that.
do you say cap? Why do you say cap?
And all of that other stuff. They'll go with the man with the money for other
I
reasons.
thought
Okay, but hold on,
personality and attitude mattered.
cut. You keep throwing money in there. First of all, when I walk up, or if a man walk up to me, I don't know if he has money or not. I don't know if he's balling or if he's broke. I don't know his financial status. So the fact that you're just automatically saying, "Oh, well, y'all go for the man with the money," I don't know that once again until I get to know him, right? So
Yeah, true that.
yes, we're basing it off visuals and also your personality. The talk of financial money comes later. So I don't understand why financial is always the first thing that seems to be a part of the conversation. Because visual is first, and then you get to talking, you get to know who they are, or kind of see what their personality is. And then if y'all make it to a date or even a phone call, then those conversations come up. So I'm not really sure what kind of interactions y'all having with women where the financial part is like the leading factor.
I call cap.
Will it be
I
18, double or triple,
quadruple.
quadruple? Well, hot damn.
That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
That's cap.
Taylor knew that.
That's cap. I accuse you of capping. Stop the cap.
There you go.
And one of the reasons I do that because if women got the options of different men today.
Stop that. Stop that. No.
Please stop
No.
that because listen.
What I'm
What
saying,
I
happened?
don't know how.
I thought I was still muted. I'm sorry.
Are you talking to the? Oh, okay, kid.
Hello, who you
Yeah,
talking
No.
to?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That wasn't to y'all. My bad.
Yeah.
wait, you talking
No.
to me? Candy cane? You talking
No. She wasn't. I know. Candy's so
Candy?
Are
funny.
you was talking
But
to your
no,
dog or something? Your cat?
So the only
but
thing I'm
anyway,
saying,
but hold on. But 18 later, like for real, I want to ask a question. So, how you gonna call cap on something that, as a woman, I'm sure even with Candy and Creative here on the panel, can somewhat agree with me, right? Like, I don't understand how men can tell women what they're looking for, what they want in a man. Like, are you a woman? And I'm not being funny when I ask that because I'm not sitting here telling men what they like and what they look for and what they want. I just
oh,
think the message of from what I was seeing with the video is kind of skewed because it's really propping up the guy to be this outstanding, he's the pick of the litter guy. But homeboy, you single. You single. It don't seem like by choice. So I don't know.
well, first and foremost, no, I'm not a woman. And here's the thing that you forget to remember, Tiffany. You're not the only woman. And neither are the women on these panels. And I've been around women for a very long time in my life. I know I know women. I know women very well. And a lot
Well,
of the
I can use that same
I don't want to hold
talking
on, hold
point,
on. Hold
no,
that
and I'm
thought.
trying
Hold
to
that
make
thought for 1 second. Hold that thought for 1 second. I got somebody else in the back. Hold on. Give me a second.
Welcome to my block, a Queens domain. Got that holiday vibe running in my veins. Yeah, the candy cane lane got beauty and brains, dropping sophisticated knowledge while I make it rain. I'm fierce with the wit, majestic with the style. Keep the whole neighborhood watching with a smile. A cheerful disposition, but you know I lead the pack. Got a mind full of genius, ain't no turning back. So feel the fresh rhythm. This is my happy sound. The smartest, flyest woman that you've ever found. Candy cane lane, that's right. Candy cane lane all night.
Let's welcome Coach Ferg with his wide words spread across the world. You heard? What's going on, sir?
What's up, Hustler? How y'all ladies doing? What's up, AT?
What's going on? What's going on, Coach First?
It's an interesting conversation. Just
Hello.
listening. How y'all ladies doing today?
Hello. Good.
So,
Want to add to this
Hello,
before I
doing
continue
well.
with the video?
No, I'm listening, man. You know, I ain't want to jump in when those two were, you know, having their dialogue. It's just interesting to hear. Yeah.
So, as I was saying, I'm just say this, and y'all got the floor. Usually, when a lot of the times, from what I've seen, my personal experience in growing up, or just different things that I've seen, if it's like if a woman got multiple guys that's, you know, they dealing with, or they got usually the guy who got the money, like if they got a guy with money versus a guy without no money, unless she done already been intimate with the dude or
So you're
something like
telling me a woman will pick a man with money that beat her ass once a week over a good guy who is, you know, go make 9 to 5, you know, make an honest living. You say she will pick the guy with money
you ain't
that
never
beat
ran.
her ass over a good guy?
That stuff happens.
That exists. You do know.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying that doesn't happen, but once again, we're trying to apply it to, well, this how women, like, bruh, there's women that is with
I'm not.
a man with nothing and
Not.
taking, you know, all kinds of form of abuse and everything because she loves him or she has a deep connection with him. So let's not act like women are only picking at the top of the litter because that's the case. People, I don't know about y'all, but actually people are out here together. There's like you
Yeah.
actually have people that's married, that are couples, spiritual marriage, common law, whatever you want to call it. We are actually out here with relationships. So when I get online and hear like these talking points, I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes, you know, as a woman, I tend to be biased because I've had experience dating, so I got to know what I like and don't like. But I'm
There
not
you
gonna
go.
apply the things I went through in my relationships, whether they was romantic or even family. So we're not just applying this to romantic relationships. Apparently, I
To
wouldn't deal with
everybody
no
else.
man, but I'm not gonna apply that to all men. And that's what I seem
Sure.
like with this kind of content. Men are applying it to all women, where you only want a man with 6 figures or you're only looking at the money. Like, y'all need to get outside. You want to talk about sin? Go outside.
Outside,
Yeah.
the south
Yeah.
side, all through the near north, all the way to the suburbs, Dalton, Calumet City, Riverdale. I've been outside. That's how I know. This is not
So
just
am
no.
I.
Like, this ain't no just no internet things. This comes from personal experiences from a teenager all the way up to adulthood. I don't have a reason to be bitter or talk down on women, anything like that. There's some phenomenal women out there, but I just don't like the fact that a lot of the times too we don't be honest, and you know we try to, you know, we just got to be honest, and that's both genders. Because if it's a man out there, he's leading with his money, then of course he knows it's a possibility he may be licked, or if he's dealing with the wrong type of woman, if you're dealing with a woman that might be promiscuous, anything like that. A lot of the time, other men tell him, "Dude, you shouldn't even be doing that." And if he come back, if something happens to him, and he come back and he tell his friends, "Man, I was dealing with this woman," they're like, "Well, you made a very dumb decision because we told you not to do that, and you should have known better." So I think a lot of the times we just not honest with, you know, what's going on. I think some of us fit in that gray area, you know, where you have people that are just regular average people trying to find, you know, each other. But the
So
way you got to coach for it. Go ahead.
no, just to the point of what you said, right? And just for those, you'll say, I'm gonna say regular because we all regular. We all big nose, big lip. We regular when it
Regular.
comes to size. Yeah, we regular. Ain't nobody above nobody on this earth. White people, ain't no race better than nobody. We all regular people. I think to what you said in regards of as far as a woman, and this is a man, and this is unfortunate, right? Because I would think all of y'all pretty much around the same age, right? Because like you said, AT, if you basing those experiences off other people's lives, then you got to look at you. I could never base my experience of a woman off of another man's experience. You can't do that because you're always going to look at blessings, and men and women can't do it to men, like the young lady said. You can't base past experiences of one person to the next and would say, and especially if it didn't apply to you, because I wouldn't think you had to, unless you've had those type of experiences where women have cheated on you, used you for money, you led with your money and you got used at the end. But if it didn't apply to you, then you can only look at how women react to you. That's not saying you, but that's how I look at it. That's how I teach my son. That's how I work with young men. You gotta. We all go through bullshit when it comes to a woman at some point. It's just that once you have that experience, you gotta learn from that and like, okay, stay away from these type of women. Avoid these type of women. Because one thing about Black people, we can't hide who we are for too long. We can't. It comes out in our conversation. It comes out in how we sneaky leaking, and you can't move like that. And if a woman take advantage of me, it's on me. And for me is I never led with money and I never led with sex. So in most of the cases, y'all aunties was taking their drawers off of me, like, here, this is all you. But
wow.
But I'm just saying, not every woman is gonna like me. I understand that. No matter how much I puff my chest out, no matter how much money I get. Women are very, unique. They like what they like. When it comes to a man, they just like what they like. And not every man fits the mold to every woman, and vice versa, because Black women are the most versatile. They pretty in all complexions, got different bodies, and you gotta pay attention to what you like, because they all good to look at, but they ain't all good to touch and build relationships with. The only thing with women
ain't.
No, but the only thing with women is just even y'all peers. I'm talking about the women in y'all 30, 25 or 45. You ain't really had the experience of, from what I hear and what I've talked to a lot of young adults is that they don't know both sides of the woman and the man growing up. Y'all figuring it out as adults. And a lot of people have been tainted based off past family and life and breakups and too much relationship too early. Then when y'all get to an age where you should be thinking about relationship, you're already relationship burnt out. And, I would think, especially brothers, it's good that they taking a step back. And the ladies, hopefully, especially the mature women, teach the young women to value their bodies more. Even Cardi B doesn't talk about how she regret getting the BBL. Y'all don't need that. Y'all don't need a BBL. Just, come back to the old.
Yeah, we like everything all natural up in here. Well, I do anyway.
Yeah, some dudes do. Some dudes still dye their hair at 45. It ain't all natural.
You still that well. To be fair, if you got gray hairs you want to cover up, then I guess that's okay. But come on, a little salt and pepper ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You want to cover it up for? Shit, this women and this is I set up, and this is why I think about peers.
Gray spots.
A 40-year-old woman, yeah, she gonna have 25 to 55 trying to holler at her, maybe 65. She's in good shape. A 40-year-old man, same thing. If you on your shit, and you only got to look at the women that you really like they got the conversation, they got the personality, they have the I guess the social type of environment. It is just a different vibe, man. They smell the way you like them to smell. They do shit you like them to do. And you shouldn't have to debate it. But
no, you shouldn't. Okay, before we go any further, I want to continue with this video me and Candy Cane were critiquing. And in this video, this young man here was trying to decide between three women. The first woman just wanted a savior. The second woman, we're going to find out what she's all about. All right, let's continue. Fair use.
I dated a guy for 2 years after I ghosted you. Total disaster. He was exciting, but he was a child. No emotional maturity, no financial sense. It was exhausting. She paused, looked at Andrew directly. You seemed boring to me 3 years ago, and I mean that as a compliment now. Boring means stable. Boring means reliable. Boring means you won't wake up one day and decide to quit your job to become a Jai. And
who quits their job to become a Jai, whatever the fuck that is? I don't know what a Jai is, but goddamn. But yeah, she thought he was boring 3-4 years ago, but she wanted excitement. Now the excitement's gone. Now she'll settle for boring, aka stability or reliability. Basically, where they're going with this. Well, let's continue.
Andrew laughed.
Can I hear
But
me?
internally, he heard the
We got you. All right, let's continue.
same thing he heard from Rachel.
Can you go back about
You
maybe
represent
10 seconds?
she must have a look.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. Yeah, can you start from like there? I caught something. I just want to hear it again. Okay, baby.
Okay, go ahead. All right, let's continue.
And I mean that as a compliment now. Boring means stable. Boring means reliable. Boring means you won't wake up one day and decide to quit your job to become a Jai. Andrew laughed. But internally, he heard the same thing he'd heard from Rachel. You represent safety now. That excitement failed me. He wasn't her first choice. He was her educated choice.
There you go. Not the first choice, just an educated choice, a more logical choice because he's got the things that she needs. She's looking for a savior, basically. But you understand?
It wasn't his first choice either. Remember, I pointed that out to you.
Yeah.
So they're equal on that. She's the second girl that he's dated. That wasn't his first choice either.
Yeah. I was going to ask him the same question. I was going to ask the guys the same question.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't. You didn't. No, you didn't. I thought you was finished. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I am done. I'm done.
No, I was just going to ask him the same question, right? I was going to ask the guys the same question. When y'all thought y'all met the woman in your life, how many girls did y'all have before that wasn't your first choice? So we all fall in love at some point. Was that your first love, a second choice, a third choice?
Well, I look at it like this. It's not about your first choice. It's about your best choice. You're not going to be everybody's first choice, but you can't be their best choice. I always look at it like that.
But the first couple of women where you went, were they any of those choices the best? Were they the best choice? Or just the choice?
Just a choice.
Okay, there you go.
Make the best choices when I was a young man.
You say it again? We didn't hear you say you what?
I didn't make the best choices when I was a young man. No.
Right. You was choosing the wrong women. But y'all was choosing, but even in that, you wasn't the best choice either. You was young, you didn't know a lot. But now that you know, now you only supposed to look at the best. What'd you say, Hustler? Not the best choice.
Right.
What'd you say?
Because apparently they both circle back around, for whatever their reasons was. So it's like at the time they wasn't each other's best choice, but maybe by them going out, living life a little longer, having experiences, brought them back to be the best choice for each other. You just never know the scenario.
But you got
I'm opposed to circling the block.
Yeah, and me too. Yes.
Thank you. I can't do it.
No, don't do it.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. Like I oppose that as well.
And Mrs. Say It Real said, H&M, do you believe all women are broke, can't work, or have the ability to take care of their adult expenses? No, I did not say that shit at all. What the hell are you talking about? I never said that.
That's deep right there. If you ain't handicapped, you able to work. Everybody works in the house. Dogs, cats.
Unless you crippled, that does not apply.
Real. Unless you're like extremely rich, everybody working. Even if you go to the Asian-owned businesses, the wife is out there working with the husband in the businesses. Everybody's working.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. Fair use.
The choice you make after the choices you wanted didn't work out. The date ended pleasantly. They hugged goodbye. Melissa texted him later that night. I had a really great time. Would love to do it again. Andrew didn't respond immediately. He needed to think. 3 days later, Andrew finally responded to Claire, the 32-year-old he'd never met, the woman with no history, no baggage, no rejected him before story. His message was simple. Hey, Claire. Thanks for reaching out. I'd be open to coffee if you're still interested, she responded within an hour. Absolutely. I'm free Sunday morning if that works for you. They met at a coffee shop. Claire was exactly as advertised. Attractive, professional.
Hustler, could you pause it?
More importantly.
What's up?
I got a question for the ladies. Now, you seeing this AI is saying meeting for coffee to get to know each other. Are y'all meeting? Would y'all meet a guy today for coffee to talk to? First time meeting?
For the record, I don't like coffee, but I can think of other
I'm just
things.
saying, I'm gonna say a smoothie shop. Sisters like smoothies. Would y'all meet them at the smoothie shop?
Okay, I have a question for your question. Did you say that they just showed them having coffee here in this second?
Well, they set up a date to have coffee, and she agreed to it.
After they did drinks?
No, it was before. It was right before this scene. They set it up.
Okay, because the reason I'm asking this is because before you came up, I pointed out this man appears to be dating these women according to how he values them. And the reason I said that is because the woman who had 2 kids, who was divorced, whom he had previously dated, he took her for coffee only. This next woman, he did previously date, but she ghosted him, had no kids. He took her for drinks. The third person that he's going to date, he's going to take her for a full-fledged meal. I mean, we haven't gotten that far ahead, but as I looked at it, I said, while they say this man doesn't have any bitterness towards the fact that the 2 women rejected him, I'm saying, why does one get coffee, one get drinks, one get a full dinner, other than the fact that you're placing your value on how you see them? I mean, not how you see them.
I get it. But it could also be back to that circle back thing, right? Because you don't really trust. He probably did all of that dinner stuff for the first chick, and now she coming back like, no, I ain't doing that. The second woman, like you said, she left him. They have an experience, and he knows she like to get down when she get drunk. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing that in there. But he's in the first woman, he don't know nothing about her, and he's trying to put his best foot forward. And that's why we said something about circling back. I think it was you. That's why I wouldn't agree to circle back. I would just be with the woman who's I'm willing to just be the man for. I never circle back. I like, because once I see you with another dude and he look greasy and all that, I just dismiss that out my head.
Greasy.
But I mean, but I'm just saying, I grew up, I'm just that type of dude when it comes to my hygiene and personality. If I'm with you initially, and we can rock until we ain't rocking. But once I see that you move on, I move on, then I'm not trying to, I don't know. I had sisters, man, so it was just easy.
And to answer your question, because you
Yeah, it
did
makes sense.
a question about whether or not we would do coffee dates, I have in the past. I don't know that would be something I would be interested in today, per se.
Okay.
But
why not today? Why not today?
Yeah.
well, because I don't
Absolutely
take-
not.
I don't
Oh,
drink
hold on.
coffee. No.
Oh, okay, but that's why I said smoothie. What about a smoothie?
A
Some ice
smoothie
cream.
date. So here's the thing. I don't tend to date strangers. Like,
So we're gonna talk on the phone.
But they're
We're gonna talk on
strangers
the
until
phone.
you get to know them. That's how you get to
Hold
know
on, hold
someone.
on.
Just
Can we
honest.
talk on the?
and if
Can
y'all
we talk on the phone? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can talk on the phone or video call
Okay.
or messaging. It's not just, in person.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm with that. Yeah. I gotta be able to communicate outside of something than just formal. I got to be able to hear you breathe on the phone, and I got this.
So I
I'm just that type
honestly
of guy.
prefer to get to know a person before we actually get to the quote dating part of it, just because I would rather not sit across from you and be trying to look for an escape plan. So I'm going to be able to suss or vet you out before we even get to that point. When I say I don't typically date strangers, I mean, I end up meeting people through circles. Like we're at events, we're, a friend of a friend will introduce somebody, that kind of thing. So like,
Oh, okay.
I have some background knowledge of who you are. You have some knowledge of me. And then we kind of get to know each other through, like you said, every time I've tried going out with somebody, like I was at the gym, somebody came up and approached, offered me a date, saying yes. And then by the time we have the first date, I realized, yeah, this isn't going to work. So I tend to not go that route because for whatever reason, they don't.
It don't work out.
They just don't work.
Okay. So in other words, you prefer warm approach instead of cold approach, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's that could be a very good thing for a lot of women, right? Because again, and even for men in a sense, but I think for men, women understand who women are. If you have a woman that you trust and respect, then you might want to let that woman you believe you like meet her in a sense. And women, I can understand their philosophy because it's sort of a protection thing. You know what I'm saying? You be able to have a personality. 'Cause a lot of people don't have personality and they just do it all wrong, which is unfortunate because I think everybody here is 40 and over. Man, y'all should be having the time of y'all life right now. For real.
By the way, a day once a week, I think that's a bit much. I know you're married, but damn, every week, a cookie day, no food involved, flea parks, farmer markets. Hey, to each their own, but every week, that's a bit much, but okay.
But that's when you rocking and rolling. That's when everything about your life with that woman is aligned together because y'all find joy in the basic shit and the money just pile up. You know, y'all let y'all single
Right.
people.
And being
So you-
Yeah,
together.
that's true too.
You
She
know,
did
because
mention
every
flea markets and park farmers, so yeah, you will save money going there. Yeah.
but I bet you both of them, the kids are smart, the dog is protecting, everybody's working till we can retire everybody. But you know, y'all figure it out, single people.
Yeah, we
I'm rooting,
probably.
I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for y'all though. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, we could use the encouragement, but let's continue with this. Let's see where this young lady goes. Fair use.
Curious. She asked about his work, his travels, his hobbies, his perspective on life. She shared her own. She laughed easily. She was present, not distracted by her phone, not mentally calculating whether he checked enough boxes, just enjoying the conversation.
All right.
Andrew found himself relaxing. There was no history to navigate, no baggage to unpack, no "I've changed" narratives to evaluate, just two people getting to know each other. At one point, Claire said something that stuck with Andrew. I reached out because your profile seemed thoughtful. The way you wrote about your Japan trip wasn't about flexing or impressing anyone. It was just genuine. And that's rare. She didn't mention his job, his income, his stability. She mentioned his character.
And there you go. Yeah, she checked his LinkedIn profile too, but she was more fascinated by his character, not where he's been and who he's been with. I
Well,
kind of
no,
like
it said the dating profile, not LinkedIn, right? It said dating.
Yeah, so internet dating.
Oh, okay. Dating profile. She found him very unique. It wasn't about, what he was doing. It's about who he was. I kind of like this woman already. I like her already. All right.
His authenticity, the things that are actually him. When Andrew asked her what she was looking for, she said, honestly, I don't have a checklist.
No checklist. All right.
I'm just looking for someone I enjoy spending time with, someone who's kind, someone who's curious about life, someone who has their shit together, obviously, but that's baseline.
Like you said, Candy Cane, that's baseline. See, there you go. Okay, Candy Cane stepped away for a while, but like she said, that's baseline. To have your shit together is baseline.
Sorry, I'm here. I was putting away the food that I cooked earlier. Yes, no, I agree. I that's why I said I'm not going to come in and tell you he must have a car, he must have a job, he must have gainful employment. Like at these ages, that's expected. I hope you have those things. If you don't have those things, you need to focus on that before you focus on dating.
Yep, true that.
So Miss Candy Cane, that message right there, could you bottle it up, right? Just bottle it up, that message right there, and go to the go find a group of 21 to 31s and just give them that same message.
I agree.
Go
I
give it
second
to
that
them.
motion.
They the one need to hear the goodness of and the nuance of it, because oh man, here we are. 'Cause I don't know ages, but
I
the
think I
35
would tell them to focus on hobbies, focus on their character building, personal development. Make sure that you have something to keep you interesting outside of just being a man or being a woman. I think too many people don't have enough things going for themselves.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes. And for a man, I have a 23-year-old son. I tell him to go and see the world first. America is meant to be lived from the outside in.
That's a fact.
If you can live America from the outside in, everything about America will work for you. But we live America from inside out.
Mm-hmm. America is a business, unfortunately. America is no longer, in my opinion, what you see is no longer a country. A lot of people got these issues and stuff like that. It's because the overall culture in America is not centered around families no more. It's not.
But even without
That, oh my God.
Yeah, but let's just say to a certain but to a certain age group, it's not. Y'all niggas are selfish as hell. To a certain, yes, it's there in the reality. But again, there's also a segment of people who don't know and still are trying to live and find somebody they can, grow old with. There is a segment outside of YouTube. Everybody's don't walk down the shame of life.
No, I think it's in our innate nature to want a family and to
You
want
low again, 18. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you're very low still.
Yeah, you are. And by the way, who called Cap earlier? That's better.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I did. I did.
Well, will it be double or triple?
Yeah, Miss
Times 10.
say it's real.
I'm just gonna say I can't do no time 10, but I'll do a
Times
double.
10.
Give her time.
Cap.
C-A-P. Cap. It's the paperwork. That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
Baby, probably in the fast car riding with the cap off, pull off with a bad box. Thinking the guy.
That's cap.
Taylor knew that.
That's cap. I accuse you of capping.
That's cap.
C-A-P. Cap.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
There, that's 10. Shit.
Was that a first for your show?
Yes, it was.
Okay, yeah, I like that. That was
That's
dope.
That's why I asked double or triple. I'm like, damn. One guy said quadruple, but that was I made an exception for him.
Oh, that was me. I said quadruple. She said times 10. That's six more than 4. Well,
That's true. She did beat you.
I thought she said 10. I didn't hear the times. My bad.
Okay, before we continue, I made it. I don't know if anybody's ever done this, but if you are like watching your weight and you're kind of trying to go keto or whatever, I don't know if you've ever made what I call cheese chips. Essentially what you do is you take cheese and lay it down on like parchment paper, either shredded cheese or like the singles of cheese if you have it. I use like a Colby Jack and Parmesan mix and then put it in the oven, let it crisp and brown up. And then you take the whole thing out, you break it up. And so it's kind of like if you are a Cheez-It lover or whatever, to have some sort of crunch flavor, and then you're still getting like your protein and like the healthy things that come with having dairy. So just FYI for anybody out there, make some cheese chips as a snack.
Just golden brown.
Yes. You can even season it up if you want to, like put in herbs and whatnot on it. I didn't this time around. I just used the cheese as is, but it is really good.
it's like organic cheese.
Yes, that's what it comes out like. Yes.
But also, cheese is high in saturated fats and calories, and sodium, which can contribute to weight gain, high blood pressure, and increased risk of heart disease. So you have to be mindful of your health conditions and who you. So again, I wouldn't recommend it often, maybe twice a month or so, but not often, because it could, over time, that high blood pressure, especially if you over 40 and heart diseases, you don't want to develop that when you get older. So
I don't have it often. It's like I just made it now just because I'm trying to wean myself off of potato chips. So I'm like, when am I going to have that some more like healthier, I guess, option than just straight potato chips?
Do you eat tofu?
Not anymore. I used to in the past, but I haven't in a while.
Tofu, blah.
Yeah, I mean, but you can season it up though. That's the only thing about it. But
it can be really good depending on how you flavor it.
Yeah, I would just continue to do your research, right? Because you're trying to watch your weight and lose a little weight. So calories bring weight, saturated fats, bad with arteries. So just continue to try different options for yourself.
I'm sorry, that was a little interlude on your show, Demina.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, come on. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest health nut in the world, but I am a gym rat, so maybe that'll prove useful to me from trying to put on weight myself. You know.
Yeah, part of health is either good eating habits. If most black people develop some better eating habits, we all be nice and fit and strong like me. But it is what it is.
I made some good old cabbage last night and some what they call baked chicken.
I
No,
think
I'm
a lot
sorry,
of
fried. I'm sorry, fried.
I think a lot of our eating habits just passed from generations on generations off survival, rather than just trying to eat, you
Yep.
know, healthy. Because
I
we,
got something in my belly. That's how we think.
I remember my grandmother, using lard back in the day. I remember when Crisco came in the tub when it was white. When it had
Lard?
Yeah,
lard was a little better though, but they switched us to Crisco when they started pushing us their processed foods. We've been eating the white man's witch's brew ever since, and we've been getting worse, healthier.
Butter is
People,
better than margarine.
yeah,
They try to convince you these newer options are better, and they're not.
yeah, they not. That's why grandmama was 130 pounds her whole life. After 9 kids, there was 6'5", because our remedies were better. And once they pushed us to go process, everybody got fat and dumber.
And that's part of say that unfortunately America is right now, because everything is about capitalism, and even our food. None of our food, organic food, you have to pay 3 times as much just to buy, and then anything else with all of these processes, all of this food that's processed and the saturated fats and different things like that, and high fructose corn syrup and all of that other stuff. That stuff is not. That's why we are we the largest country, or the most morbidly obese country, because
we technically aren't. But go ahead. We technically are not. There's another one that supersedes us.
Okay, which one? Which country is that, Candy?
It's one of the Samoan country.
Oh, okay, but that's a small island. About Samoa.
It's one of the Samoan ones. I don't know the name of it, but like they're the fattest. I mean, yeah, it's a much smaller country, but yeah, that's even worse though. Don't you think if they're fatter than us?
But they don't. It's a different type of fat. Their fat is more muscle fat. It's in the they foods are
find the video
more organic.
Don't have a lot of processed stuff on that island.
Yeah,
No, the one I'm thinking about is talking about how these people. It's a video that I saw on YouTube. If I can find it, I'll tag you, Hustler. Maybe you can review it one day. But these people, they are eating themselves limb from limb. Essentially, what's happening is like the diabetes is taking over, and the doctors will tell them you have to stop eating this. All they have is processed food on the island, like spam and crap like that. And so, like, they'll be getting like threatened that they're going to lose a leg, and they're going through the drive-through, knowing that drive-through could be the difference between them having that leg tomorrow or not. They don't care. It was crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just.
And when you look at what's going on here in the States, the medical industry is intertwined with the food industry.
Yeah, they work together. That's why it's a science to it, because they know what foods your body can tolerate, and they pass it on to the food industry. And then once they realize that people getting sick, then they just switch it up. They create their formulas on how to treat it. It's not about the cure in America. America makes more money on treating. They're going to treat black folk for the next 500 years.
When you guys go like grocery shopping, do you tend to buy more natural whole foods, or do you buy from within the aisle?
When I go grocery shopping, I usually go to Whole Foods a lot, and
it's a Whole Foods in my block. I'm gonna start going there, but go ahead.
But it's crazy because sometimes you have to, because none of us are rich, right? So you find yourself having to blend things. Like you want to go to Whole Foods for certain things, and you got to go to Walmart for certain things, and you got to go to Trader Joe's for certain things and stuff like that. But for the most part, like when I was going to Whole Foods, I would get mostly organic things from there, like everything from they red kale to they Dino kale to they green kale. Like if I was making greens, I would get all of that kale, and then I would get rutabaga, organic rutabaga. I would get collard greens, organic sweet peppers, red and green sweet peppers, red onion, garlic, different things like that. And so a lot of the times when I go, I try to get as much as organic as I can possibly get, and then the rest I'll get from a Walmart and different things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I go to my food pantry and get some stuff.
I
love the farmers market.
The farmers
I
market.
wish I could find one. Okay, I got two Chicagoans on the panel. Do y'all know where farmers markets are?
To be
It's one on the south side, but it depends on where you stay.
South side where?
Over in the Pullman area.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
right over by the monument, they used to have one every Tuesday or something. You gotta call them because they used to be thriving over.
I have to check and see.
Right off 111. You're right there behind the hotel.
Okay.
You gotta go past
know the name of the farmers market?
I don't know. It's been a few years though, but just go to that. If you're going past 100, if you're going down Cottage Grove South, get past 111, you look to the left because to the right is the train trip. And then you go to 112 and it's a little small building. You can call, I forget.
I know exactly.
It's called the Pullman National Monument. Call the National Monument and ask them, do they still have the farmers market?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I used to pass by that area a lot going to school. The Chicago State over there on 95th Street. Yeah.
You went to Chicago State on 95th? Get out of here.
Yeah, class of 2011. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I was there in Chicago rolling. I was all up through there, boy. I was having a ball. Oh, that's all I'm going to say. If y'all from Chicago and you ain't got a woman, something wrong with you. Something wrong with your niggas. I don't know. Maybe y'all shell shock
a woman. It's a different. It's a difference between getting a woman and actually getting the woman for you for long term. Short term is one thing. Long term is something different. So,
but you want a good woman. You don't know if she's for you. I would never. And this is me. I would never say my wife is for me. You know, I guess with me, she's for me, but she was just a good person. And oh my God. See, y'all from there. I moved to Chicago in 2004.
But it's a lot of people that come from the South that's up here though. Coach Fur from Kentucky, from Tennessee, Mississippi.
Yeah. But I've had the privilege to be all over the city. There's not one city in Chicago that I didn't go to and have opportunity to sort of.
What was your favorite side? South side, west side?
I like the south side because the south side had the water. And I like everything Lakeshore Drive from Jeffrey. I like that whole east side area, right? But the west side, it was too congested in a sense.
Yeah, when I was
you talking about 290 area?
290, Kedzie, and I worked everywhere from Douglas all the way through Crane, Orr, Marshall, what's the others? Michelle Clark, all those schools over. And I was working. Like I said, I didn't grow up there, but I moved there in 2004 to 2019, and I was all over that state. The city of Chicago, I love Chicago. I even got property there now, and believe me, I don't see how y'all niggas ain't got no woman because there's so many good.
Well,
there's some
hold
good
that
women.
thought for 1 second. Hold that thought. I got somebody in the bag. Give me a minute.
Welcome to my block, a Queens domain. Got that holiday vibe running in my veins. Yeah, the candy cane lane got beauty and brains, dropping sophisticated knowledge while I make it rain. I'm fierce with the wit, majestic with the style. Keep the whole neighborhood watching with a smile. A cheerful disposition, but you know I lead the pack. Got a mind full of genius, ain't no turning back. So feel the fresh rhythm. This is my happy sound. The smartest, flyest woman that you've ever found. Candy cane lane, that's right. Candy cane lane all night.
Please welcome Mella. Got a lot to tell you. You know I'm your number one fella.
Hello.
What's up, Mella?
It's a Chicago takeover.
Hello.
Hey,
How are y'all doing?
Was it
Will
me?
add something.
Because I just
go
wanted to ask real quick. Was it me? Or like when I was growing up, the west side, like how you see the Wire, parts of the west side looked like the Wire to me. It was a lot of abandoned buildings and vacant lots. I'm like,
yep.
No, I ain't messing with that west side. Y'all keep.
Hold on. Slow
I
down.
did security on the west
Slow down.
side.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Work on the west side.
Slow
I
down.
did security out there, so I know. Not my favorite part of Chicago at all.
Listen.
Man, Madison
all
Street
my
used to be live, man.
Yeah, but it's gotten worse in the last couple decades. Shit.
No,
I was,
Andy, I ain't trying to dish your side.
Slow
We
down
just
now.
calling it for what it is.
listen, I'm gonna tell y'all my interpretation. I'm gonna tell y'all my interpretation of Chicago, right? And I'm not from there, so I'm just giving y'all my viewpoint of it. The South Side is bougie ghetto. The West Side is country ghetto.
Yeah,
Because there's some country folk on the West Side, but they tough. And there's some bougie niggas on the South Side swear they the shit. They bougie as hell, but they straight ghetto. In a good way, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying my experiences. I've seen the best of the inner city and the worst of the inner city. I've seen people getting taken out in broad daylight. I've seen teenagers take out other teenagers. I'm talking about with my own eyes. I've had to counsel people who've had experiences that. I worked at a reentry program right there at Fulton, right past Halstead. And man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm so connected to Chicago 18,000. Like when I pass, when me and my wife pass, we being buried in Illinois, right there in the West Side.
I understand that.
Funeral home, you know what I'm saying? So, and my wife is from just to be transparent, my wife, she went to oil back in the day, and she from Kedzie area, all up in there, and her family up through her. So, yeah, and you know, she's doing pretty good for herself. And like I said, I only been married 13 years, lucky 13, and I wouldn't change that shit for the world, man. And
So you got married later in life then, huh?
I was married early. I was in the military, and I didn't do it out of love, I'll be honest, but I had the right intentions, but I wasn't committed to it. And she must not have been committed to it because I said, go file a divorce, and she filed a divorce. And once I got divorced, I was single for 20 years, and I didn't have the problems dude had today. I was getting flued out from coast to coast. I wasn't no 6 foot tall. I was 5'10", 190 pounds, 200 pounds. Educated brother with military background, and I could do what I want when I wanted to. And then when I met a woman, it was time for to settle down. She brought all her Easter egg candy to my table and poured it out. Because I asked questions. I would ask a woman, I ain't gonna ask you how much you make. I'm gonna ask you how much you gonna bring to the pot. Because everybody eats with me. The kids is eating, the slow pokes is eating, everybody eats. And we do what we want when it's time to do it. Other than that, I never really wasted a lot of time with women trying to convince her to like my light-skinned, bald-head, yellow ass. I was just going, and I said, I know I'm talking, but if I like to play ball, come watch me shoot ball. If it's time to go to the lake, let's go enjoy the life. You like to wine and sip, I'm going to go over and paint your big head, because most of y'all got big heads anyway, and make you look, just play the game of getting to know each other. Talk on the phone. If I can't talk on the phone, then shit, take that shit.
You get it. It's not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be hard.
And I never listened to another man about the type of woman that I like. Never.
But that's the thing. That's my only argument when we having these conversations. We have like a lot of the times when we have these conversations, we make it seem like the men are making things complicated, and a lot of the times the men ain't doing that. Like we're taught to accept rejection at a young age.
Yes.
We're taught that everyone doesn't like us at a very young age. We taught that things can go horribly wrong for you at a very young age. So this idea, so a lot of the times when men run into somebody that they don't like or somebody or have a bad experience, they usually just move on to the next, because most men don't want to hear a man crying about a messed up situation. No way. They like, all right, bro, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna do this and that, and we're gonna move forward. Like, and if they made a dumb decision, usually they got friends will tell them that you made a stupid decision on what you was doing, if he really they friend. But a lot of the times I just think that when we have these conversations, it's really like men kind of get gaslighted into saying, oh, well, it was both. But when a lot of the times from what I've seen was men just reacting to what was being said about us or responding to what was being said about us, especially after a lot of the times we get dragged through the mud like we ain't worth a penny with a hole in it. That gets, you don't feel like hearing that without defending yourself. And then a lot of the times
y'all do that, especially 18. 18, you know I rock with you, right? Like you cool to me, right? But you do that a lot. Everywhere you go, your focus is why don't you focus on the women who do like you instead of ones who don't, the ones that rejected you?
No. I don't worry about it. Wait, hold on. I need to ask the fellas real quick. Let me ask you, Hustler and Muscular, because you've been on panels with me. First off, I don't curse women out. I don't call them out their name.
I never said that.
No, wait, hold on, because people tend to say that I hate women, but I never
said that either.
I just speak.
You kind of implied it.
You can't be implying.
Did I imply that, or did I say that you focus on the women you don't like? What I thought I said was
I'm gonna say this quick. I focus on what's the like popular behavior, because a lot of the times we don't focus on the men that we like either. We don't sit there and say I never seen nobody do a stream and say, what are the positive things that you like about me and what are the positive things that you like about women? Every stream that I usually participate on is usually about relationships, or it's about some type of dysfunction between the men and the women that's in the title. People don't like my response. People don't like what I have to say. And to me, what I say, I'm not the brightest tool in the drawer, but to me, what I say, it be making logical common sense. But some people be in their feelings, and what it really comes down to is a lot of people don't want to be honest with themselves. They don't want to reflect on themselves, because I reflect on myself, period. Everything that I have in life, whatever my shortcomings is, I had to take an L, and I had to learn from that, and I had to build from that. A lot of people rather lie to themselves and just hear what they want to hear to make themselves feel good, and that's the popular narrative that just is in the space. Go ahead.
18 letter, I think what Candy Cane, and even I have told you that on multiple occasions. And I've told you I still love you though, but I feel like you still focus on what these people said online, and these women only want these type of men, and it's like you really focus on all the negatives. And I have been through a lot of shit in my life, but I don't go on these panels and bash men or talk about what these men be doing. And
I don't bash women.
I mean, come on. Neither one of you two are guilty of bashing the opposite sex, honestly, from what I've noticed. Neither one of y'all.
No, but I didn't know where 18 letter be like, but these women be like this. And these
he may be spitting
you say that a lot, 18 letter. You do.
And yes, he calls out men too. He calls out men for their fuckery too.
It's rare though. I'll be honest. I don't hear him call out the men nearly as much. Every time we get into a conversation, you will find a way to bring it to a gendered position.
The conversation is directed towards women, maybe, but he does. I've heard him many times talk about the dumbass shit that men do. He does that.
18, I want to ask you a question.
Hold on. I got somebody in the back. Give me a minute.
Welcome to my block, a Queens domain. Got that holiday vibe running in my veins. Yeah, the candy cane lane got beauty and brains, dropping sophisticated knowledge while I make it rain. I'm fierce with the wit, majestic with the style. Keep the whole neighborhood watching with a smile. A cheerful disposition, but you know I lead the pack. Got a mind full of genius, ain't no turning back. So feel the fresh rhythm, this is my happy sound. The smartest, flyest woman that you've ever found. Candy cane lane, that's right. Candy cane lane all night.
We got Abby Woody up
Nigga, Paul, that was kind of sweet and soft. Hold on, player. Wait a minute. What we doing? What's up, Coach Fur? What's up, Hustler Muscle 18 letter? Who else better than this thing?
Everybody, this is Abby Woody.
What's up, man? What's up, Abby?
Hey, let me ask Woody a question real quick. Hey, Woody, through the time that I was over on Ashton panel, right? How did I get along with the women on Ashton's panel?
You got along good with the chicks.
You really do.
Yeah. Real shit. You get along good with the females. Because here's the thing about 18 letter. He sees shit from a different view than most people will understand.
Can I fully get out my thought and what I'm trying to tell him?
I'm sorry, Candy. I get what you're saying, Candy. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that you're trying to say. I'm just, just stating my case. That's all.
Listen.
Nah, 18 letter fully understand women. I will say that.
I don't think that you I think that you come from a negative viewpoint of women from the baseline. You are not coming from a balanced point of view. You're not even coming with a blank slate, giving them a fair chance. I think, from what I have observed, is that if there is an argument to be had, no matter, like, I don't even do gender topics. I make a point to say every stream, I'm not a gender war channel. I don't participate in a gender war. Y'all have yet to hear me get up here bashing men for whatever they may or may not be doing. That's not my position. I don't care enough to do that. But then,
All right.
no matter what,
All right.
when we have conversations, right? What ends up happening, 18, some way or how or another, you will bring it back to the point of, because these women been talking about men all this time. These women, even when they told you, you were saying it's a small minority of men who have said egregious things.
Oh, that's that West Side right there.
All right, here's my question though.
So
If, go ahead, finish up.
Shout
Okay,
out
baby.
to
You good?
Passe. Go ahead.
what I was saying is that maybe, I don't think that you hate women, but I think maybe a personal challenge to yourself would be to see if you can go an entire week participating on YouTube without feeling the need to point out, but women did X, Y, Z. I'm just saying that. Participate in a panel, participate in a chat without immediately trying to point out the faults of women. Even when y'all come to my space, right? Like, I let everybody say what they have to say, get it off. The only thing I ask is that you don't fight on the panel. I don't like that, right? And so y'all will be complaining about all the horrible things women did on a woman's panel to a woman who's never done anything horrible to you. And I'm amazed by it.
Who says we're projecting on y'all? Come on, Candy. I don't do that shit anyway. So who's projecting?
I'm not talking to you. I'm specifically talking to 18. If I use y'all, it's just because, like Coach Berg said, I'm country. I'm from the West Side. Okay, that's the country coming out.
All I can say is she'll know 18 letter like she say she do. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, she does. She's been on panels with him, and I've been on panels with him, and I've talked with him behind the scenes. So yes, we're saying this out of love. We're not saying this
trying to chastise this man, y'all. I think specifically, Wody, you're taking.
No, I'm not. You're projecting again, ma'am. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, from my point of view, what I know of 18 letter, that don't sound like him though.
Okay,
No, it
sir,
don't.
let me ask you a question, right? For somebody's personal growth, right? Because we're all adults here, right? If I'm telling you something that's gonna help you out in the future, wouldn't you want to hear it to make yourself better?
No, because he feels like
It depends on who you is and telling me that.
He's shutting me down because he feels like I'm wrong.
But
Oh,
we
come
are
on. We don't.
coming at no, because are we sounding like we're trying to like go down on him or make him feel
No.
bad? Or are we coming at him from
Go
like
down on
open?
him.
No.
No, you know what I mean. Not to
You
go
give me
down
your
on him, but
opinion of
like,
it. That's it.
are we
Go
trying to
down
put him
on
down?
him?
No, what
Are we
she's saying
trying
is,
to put
what
him
she's saying is, I'm
down?
talking on his
Oh
name.
my
That's what
God.
she's saying. That's it. I'm
No,
talking on
you're
his
not.
name. That's what she
Anyway,
is.
are we trying to put him down? We're not trying
No,
to put him down. We're
we
coming
know that.
from a loving space.
I like
No.
y'all my girls, man. Y'all know I rock with y'all. No, I get what y'all saying, and I'm sorry that it may come off like that because that's not my intentions at all. That's not my intentions.
If
But
you have you noticed sometimes when you come up, like even on the last panel, the women came up and they were all like trying to tell you the same thing. Like, I've never even been on a panel with you, and I've heard you in spaces, and this is what you do. I was like, oh my God, I didn't want to get to a point where we were pointing fingers at each other.
no, it's cool because it depends. Like, here's the thing: when I hear certain people that say certain things like that, and I'm gonna just keep it all the way a buck, it's because they're used to certain people, like, kissing their behinds and all of that, and we don't never really have a fully honest conversation. We've been hearing the bad about men forever, and I usually, and like, if it's a man that's an egregious type of person and he does a lot of foul stuff, then I will then I'll call it out. But a lot of the times when we have these conversations, it's coming from the side that the woman is always the victim from some no good nasty man. That's not
18
always.
letter. Can I be the bad guy?
Go ahead, Walden.
Can I be the bad guy? Here's what they saying. They saying that all that shit that we as men be saying about women, they don't like it. But here's my thing: if it's the truth, how bad is it?
I'm not saying I do or don't like it. What I'm saying is that if you want a different result, you'll have to come with some different bait, is what I'm trying to tell you. 18 letter, first of all, I think that you are charismatic. You have a lot of things going on for you. The missing piece isn't always woman's fault, is what I'm trying to tell you. I get it. You had a lot of trauma.
Man, look here. God damn it, he don't trust most of these goddamn women out here because probably 1 or 2 or 3 of them did his motherfucking wrong.
Okay, so that goes back to the conversation we was having earlier. I'm sorry, go ahead. But I want to hone in on that, right? Because I believe 18th is a bright guy who got a lot going for him. But the question I wanted to ask them, and that's any guy, are you basing your opinions off the experiences through your own life, or people that you know, or people that you've heard about having this happen to them?
Okay, I'll respond to that. Part of it is my own life, and then part of it.
Okay, so okay, stop. So how much, if you say a part, would you give it a percentage, like 50%, 30%?
You can say 50%.
Okay, so the other 50% comes from what?
The other 50%
what you heard.
Are personal people that I know that and their experiences.
Oh, do you believe that you and those same people are the same type of people?
In some cases, yeah.
Okay, and some people you would believe are above you and below you?
Yeah, and see, here's the argument that I make. My argument doesn't come from just a relationship perspective. My argument comes from where we are as a people as a whole. Because even like when I try to make, and I'm trying to explain my argument so people can understand where I'm coming from. When you have a generation, when we talk about the gender stuff, we literally got women of a generation that literally think that they're better than men and think that they're more superior than men, to the point that they can just like, and even with a lot of stuff that's going on with the education system, the way a lot of young boys are not being, we don't put into a lot of these young men at all. We don't. And how are we going to have a community or people complaining about the type of men? We're not addressing those types of issues.
But 18, but that right there, when you brought in the younger men, that wholly falls on the man. The younger men, I'm not, and that's what I'm saying. Even the younger women, for them to have an opportunity to get it, and I believe, I don't know, I believe your message is great. Your message is great.
To add to what you're saying, that's just like when I was looking up, I looked up like, different things on, it's been so many programs that was put out there because we say we don't have productive young boys. The women can't find good young boys today. Man, I looked up on so many programs on when there was programs that was implemented to help young boys.
Yeah.
So how many of these like women organizations interfered and stopped and said, well, what about the funding for the young women? What about, like, I'm like, we trying to get young men up to par so we can build.
But 18, both of those things exist for both sides. The thing is, who are getting the young men and young women to participate in those programs?
What I'm saying is the funding was deflected.
But 18, black people didn't create the funding. The other people created the funding. What I'm saying is the funding is there for both sides.
I get what you're saying, Coach Ferg. What I'm saying is that the funding was created, but it was women organizations of feminism that stopped the funding from going to the boys who needed the most.
But again, the boys were not showing up who needed the most. They wasn't being motivated to show up in those spaces, is all I'm saying. Yes, and even today, and I was going to say, you would be, and I can listen, if you want, there's millions of dollars out there for brothers like yourself to go help young men. Millions of dollars. That's how I retired. That's what made me go to Chicago, because it gave me an opportunity to address a lot of broken people, men and women, because I work with a lot of school age, 6th grade through 12th grade through college, women who were lost, and I would give them the same similar message. And listen, you choose your path. You choose it. You know what experiences that have hurt you. You have to be strong enough in that moment to sort of grow from it. And growing from it sometimes means separating from it, learning about the nuances, learning your triggers, learning the things that are not healthy for you, learning the things that sort of put you in a sunken place, a dark place. And your message is perfect for younger men and women. And I can understand where the ladies come from, because you would be considered a dateable guy in today's market. But when you're talking with your peers about it, like the women that are able, even if a woman wants to, it's like the message that you give to her. The woman that you want, she should automatically show up like you want her. Is all I'm saying. But I think you got a great message for the young man who need to hear it. I'm telling you, and not a lot of brothers are willing to go in that space. So I would hope that something that you could look into, because it's millions of dollars, brother. I can hook you to a website that's millions of dollars.
All right, put it in the back check for me, Coach Fern.
All right. Now let's get back into this video before we go any further.
I actually have to drop. I got.
You got Candy? No, Candy, you had something to say?
Candy Cane, the video's almost over with, but there's one part I want to highlight before you go. You got time for us?
Wait, hold on.
She's real familiar.
You was gonna say something quick.
Might have been past my page. I do have a channel where I do host conversation. That's why I said I do know 18. Maybe just from a different lens than you do, but I don't know. Like I said, it's the women trying to give him a little bit of sisterly advice or friendly advice, and y'all men are going to do the thing that hinders each other. Y'all listen, trying to tell you, like,
I want to tell you real. When I was over there on Ashton's show, like those women that was on there, a lot of those women, they didn't have any type of gripes with me, and they didn't have any type of hate with me. And me and those women, we got along. We got along great. We got along fine. A lot of the women that really have an issue with the things I say have usually said egregious things about the past, or they feel some type of way about me. And then when I respond, and the only thing I do is just stand up for the brothers. The only thing I do is just stand like man that have self-respect or respect for himself. He's not really going to allow a narrative to be spun where a men are being practically talked down like they less than a dog. And that's the only thing that I try to respond to. And when people are being, hypocritical, and they being and they try to make it seem like that it's the men that we're in the position that we are. And I just refute that. And sometimes people may not like what I say. And it goes to show you that sometimes it's what you say. It don't matter how you say it. It's just what you say. Because can't nobody sit there and say that I talk down on women or I curse them out and I say that they this and they that, anything. I just refute what a lot of the times was being said about men. And it's the fact that I do that pisses people off.
It's
But
not.
the
It's not
fact that you
necessarily.
call out the bullshit that they be going on, that's what they don't like. They don't like nobody calling them the fuck out, bro. Rock out how you rock out,
They
my nigga. They
really
don't
don't.
like it. Hey, get
Yeah,
used
they
to it.
don't. That ain't
We
nothing
ain't
new,
sitting
honestly.
down. We ain't sitting down, but we calling shit out. That's what it is.
It's like you are
And
the
across the
worst
board,
people
we need to
to
call
ever
out the shit the fellas do too.
You came up here to do what? Pat him on the back while I'm having a conversation with him.
No, I
He
didn't.
is a grown man who can speak for himself. He never
I
needed a
know he
mouthpiece.
can. Yes, he can, man.
Yeah, but you came up here
Ain't
dick
nothing
riding.
wrong with a little.
Nah,
Ain't
ain't
nothing
nobody.
wrong.
First off, I
Damn.
didn't disrespect you. Don't know disrespect me like that, man. I don't play them games. I'm sorry.
Go
So
I'm
ahead.
not that type of guy.
What you was gonna say, Candy? Go ahead. You
I would like to be able to have, when
okay.
you get a chance, we can have a one-on-one conversation. I would
Yeah,
prefer to
y'all
do
do
it
that.
without a peanut gallery around trying to intervene. Again,
Peanut gallery.
unless
Okay.
this, and I'm not talking about you, Hustler. Don't take offense.
I know.
You
Let me
talk
quick
about me, but you try to play this man like he pussy though. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not talking to him like he's pussy. You're just the pussy here. Okay,
No,
thank you.
no. Hey, say.
Okay, why would
Look
she
at
do
first
that?
off.
Hold on. Whoa.
First off,
We need to
I didn't direct you to you.
Let me
So
address
chill out with
something.
that. I'm not that
Yeah.
type of guy. I told you that already.
From the time you came up, you've been buttoning my business. I wasn't talking to you.
Okay.
No, I just been commenting on the conversation that's been going on.
I asked.
I'm
Like panel
specific.
two.
Okay.
18.
Look, you trying to baby, but that ain't working. Come on, baby, chill out, relax.
Okay,
Baby,
hold on,
relax.
hold
Your mama,
on.
relax.
I don't need
Hold
to
on a
relax.
second.
You need to go chill and find you a woman and get in her business.
He already has a woman, ma'am. Just so you know.
My wife just went inside, baby. I'm outside on the barbecue grill.
Okay, well, maybe
This
you should
time of
tend to
night?
her.
Okay.
I'm out here.
Wody a good dude, Candy. He's not.
Nah, I don't hear good
He
dude.
is.
First of all, he approached me all wrong. I didn't even appreciate.
I
the way
didn't
he came
approach you at all. That's the problem. That's
You
it.
did, because you got
I
in the
said
business
something about
with
18
him.
look. You want me to
Candy
approach you, but I'm not doing it. I'm not
Anyway,
giving you what you want. That's the
I'm gonna
problem.
chop this is up because this is
I
not
can't give you
what
what you want. I give you what
Hold
you
on,
need.
hold on.
Honest
Just
for the
a second.
conversation.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Before this gets too out of control, I think somebody dropped off. But before this get too out of control, oh boy, I think Candy Cane hopped off, but she may come back. But okay, I don't know what that was about, but let's continue with this video. Then I can let y'all rock out. But give your opinion on it because there's something at the end I want to touch on. Let's get through this. Fair use.
I'm more interested in how someone thinks than what they have. The date lasted 3 hours. They walked around the neighborhood after coffee, talked about everything,
All
books,
right.
movies, philosophy, life goals. It felt easy. When they said goodbye, Claire smiled and said, "I'd really like to see you again. No pressure. Just I enjoyed this." Andrew drove home thinking about the difference between the three women. Rachel wanted stability after chaos failed. Melissa wanted safety after excitement disappointed. Claire wanted connection because she valued connection.
Yep, and that's the difference between the three.
Here's what Andrew learned, and what every man over 35 needs to understand. There's a difference between being chosen and being selected.
Shut
Being
your
selected
fucking
means
mouth,
you check.
Hustler.
Excuse
Shut
me.
your fucking mouth.
Oh my goodness.
Who
I
said that?
attacked this person.
What's going on? Who was that? It's crazy.
That's Mella. Oh wait, hey, before you finish the video,
Somebody hacked Mella and was talking shit. Oh God.
before you finish the video, Hustler, I just want to give a shout out and here's a woman that I disagree with a lot when it comes to
Coco
gender.
Kitty.
I
Shout
gotta
out to
give
Coco.
Taco Kitty for yesterday on the way she handled herself on Candy's panel with that debate when we was talking about the whole FBA African thing and everything like that. She was very intellectually equipped, and she handled herself very well when it came to that. So I got to give a shout out to Choco Kitty for that.
Yeah, I didn't. Well,
Nah. Did y'all notice the attacks just from me speaking the truth?
I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front.
Yeah,
because I asked Wardy his opinion. That's how Wardy
co-signed this man by saying he's good with the what it is, your algorithm of this man or whatever you want to put on this man's name. You're not gonna do that.
She said something about a peanut gallery. I'm like, peanut gallery, but she made it clear she wasn't talking about me. I knew nothing to the woman, so I know she ain't talking about me.
She was trying to bait him into an argument, and she tried to bait me into an argument. You can't do that. You can't bait a man into an argument with you. Stop doing that shit.
I get it.
And like she came and me talking about I'm the pussy. No, I don't play that game. I don't do that with women. I don't do that. Like my old lady said, you got a wife for that. Yes, there's a lot of pussy right there. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me, dog. Stop playing with him. You mad because I said stop playing with this man like he pussy or something. No, stop playing that man like that.
I brought Wardy into the conversation because I asked Wardy because Wardy been on many with me over there on Ashton.
Hello, is that you?
Huh? What'd you say?
Hello, can you hear me? I don't know what
Okay,
just happened.
And then one thing about me and 18 letter, we go back and forth all the motherfucking time on Ashton panel.
Wait, hold on
but
a
I
second.
know as a man, he stand behind what he's saying. He moved the way he moved.
Oh, Candy Cane came back. Okay.
I did because I heard him talking about me trying to bait somebody into an argument.
You was.
I was not. I was telling you to leave me alone while I have a conversation with
I
somebody.
ain't say shit to you.
You did.
I said something about what you said. I ain't say shit to you.
Can I just say this, y'all? Okay, Candy, I think everybody, we all got on the wrong foot. IB Wody is a real good dude.
It's a wrap. I don't even care about none of that with him. I hear you, 18th. I hear you. But the simple fact of how he even approached the comment, you never met me before in my life. In your life, you say you think you know my voice or whatever, but instead
And
of
I
you trying,
also said you had good conversation. That's also what I said too.
well, again, if you thought I had good conversation, you could have just allowed me to have the conversation without jumping in and interjecting. Again, if 18 felt like I was out of line and he said that I was out of line, I'd have took that, but not from somebody sitting on the sideline. Again, he don't need a cheerleader. That's the problem with these spaces. No, I was not trying to bait him into a debate or an argument. I was having a conversation. Y'all are so busy fixated on being disagreeable that you don't even understand what a conversation is sometimes.
No, you try to paint that man in a light that he's not in. That's all it was.
I painted him in the light that I see him in. Whether you see him that way or not is
and I
different.
said that's your opinion. Yes, you.
And I
you
was getting
entitled to
it
that.
correct.
Yes. Well, my apologies. My apologies. My apologies.
Yes, that's
As
why
a
we
man
got
to
off on the
woman, my
wrong foot.
apologies.
If whether you had been a man or a woman in my business, you'd have got the same response. It's not
Yes,
just because
ma'am.
you're a man. I don't even argue with men online. Ask
Shout out
anybody
to
who knows me.
And we didn't argue. We just had some words. That's it.
Yeah, but then you said I tried to bait him into an argument, which was false. That was you projecting.
No, that's his way I seen it. To be honest with you, man.
Okay. Well,
Anyways.
hold on. Let me say this. I suppose that was just a major misunderstanding. I'm trying to
Yeah,
I'm trying to process
yeah.
what the
And I
hell
do
just
apologize
happened.
on my part. I apologize,
Yeah,
man.
see, he at least he apologized. I'm trying to process what the hell just happened, but I need
Nah,
everybody.
ain't nothing
to
happen. Ain't nothing happen. 18. I mean, Hustler must just a misunderstanding. That's it. Between man and woman, misunderstanding.
All
That's
right,
all.
just
And that's how
making
we get past it.
And
My
just to
apologies,
end,
man.
just to end the conversation, I try not to come off that biased towards women, anything, Candy. And I do understand, based off of me being on your panels and us, you and Creative, on being on panels and stuff like that, that some people just they don't like what I have to say, and they can be taken that way. So
Well, again, the offer extends if you want to have a more in-depth conversation so I can
yes,
explain what I'm trying to say, because I feel like it's better one-on-one than with the group.
yeah, we'll have that conversation, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Now,
If
Candy,
y'all talk outside of this, then I think it's best to have those conversations, but also you learning each other as you build the plane. And I think it plays to both sides, just in the message. And that's why I rock with 18th in the message as far as men.
No,
But
he has a great message when it comes to men's empowerment and improvement. I agree with you there, Coach Furr.
yeah, but I think, and this is where the nuances come in for the women, right? And I think I mentioned it earlier. And when y'all have those messages, give those messages to the younger women. So the young man that 18th is talking about, and the younger women that y'all can probably help navigate the life of a woman and dealing with men, that those two can meet. Those two can meet. And I'll say this, and I'll say, listen, if y'all listen, one thing you got to learn about sisters is they take things literally just like black men do. Don't
Yes.
attach every word to you because somebody said it a certain way.
Mhm.
I just understand that it goes both sides. We all are playing the game at some point, and we all are trying to navigate through America. But I think it's just hard fetched to, I guess, have the relationship conversation with people that you have no interest of being in a relationship with. It's sometimes can be a back and forth thing, because a woman is going to stand on what she feels is right, and most men, if you moving in your feelings, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely.
But I try to do it logically, and sometimes I think those heads are big. But here we are.
That's the whole thing about me when I say what I say, because as a man, we don't move in our feelings. We move on logic. I'm sorry. You can't make me feel some type of way about some shit I don't give a fuck about.
A lot of the times we can't even move on our feelings. We
can't. No, because we're not gonna get anywhere moving on our feelings like that as a man.
We're not taught. If you was raised by another man, you're not taught that you can do that. Like
No.
if it was something I remember, because you from down south, Coach Ferd, so you know how Southern people like. If it was certain things, it was like I remember telling my grandfather once time, I don't feel like doing that. My grandfather slapped the hell out of me,
And told you what? Fuck your feelings. Get that shit done.
Think about what you feel like doing. I don't feel like
Exactly.
working and doing all of this either, but I got to do it. I was
Yeah,
like,
but 18, you're talking about a generation too that's double your age. You go, the men of your age, your stature who have children.
But Coach Ferd, you can agree with this. The men from that generation that had shit together and taught the younger ones what the fuck to do and how to do it, they had better results.
Yes, and here it is, Abiwodi. Y'all in the driver's seat right now. Oh, I'm sort of handing over the keys. I just turned 58. And my son is 23, so he's an adult and he's doing things on the right path.
You just switched over to OG. He's up now.
Y'all,
and you had to teach him from OG status how to be the up.
He's still nephew. He's still nephew.
Oh,
y'all the uncle. Y'all the uncle. Not saying I don't know your age, but y'all 40.
No, you right. We not 30.
We uncle age up in here.
Yeah, we not 30.
And the fact that y'all are fighting with the aunties, it sort of sends a bad message in a sense. And I said, let me say this and I share because I want to say this. And this is where the uniqueness comes from men and women. Because over the last 35 years, black men have been told that they the worst, right? And black men are self-correcting. Even YouTube allows us men to sort of check each other from coast to coast. We if somebody on here and we realize they on some BS, we start calling it out. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But on the women's side, the women, they don't really sort of shame that, call it out on that woman. And then it's sort of like if they've had some bad experiences similar, then they'll ride it and accept it and won't really say, hey, no, that ain't the right thing to do, because everybody's trauma is in different places in life. So I think now is a great time for the women to talk to young women and say, hey, don't be like me. Don't choose that nigga over sagging his pants because he got that shit.
What?
You might want to get your
women are listening.
Hold up. She said they listening. Hold up. She said
Women
so.
are listening because a lot of women aren't getting pregnant. They're not
Yes.
having babies.
Yes.
So they are
ain't.
listening. So I don't.
Okay.
There's a shift and
Good.
there's a movement already.
I mean,
Good.
to be fair,
So both sides, the younger men and the young women are moving different from y'all 40-some-year-olds who out here crying about each other that y'all can't find.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, the teen pregnancy rate dropped over the last decade plus.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I was hoping to show you this.
I just hope y'all get married and have the babies. Have the married babies. Married babies be strong and have personalities. All you single mama babies is frustrated.
They really are.
I ain't gonna say all, but about 85%.
Not if you teach them right, Coach Ferd. Not if you teach them right.
Yeah, but if you ain't under the roof of your son or daughter every day, it sort of makes things a little different because it stresses you out, stresses the mom out, and the kids are stressed out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point with that one.
Coco said, "No kids over here." Well, keep it that way until you find the right man.
Hey,
How old is Coco? If Coco's in her early 20s, cool. Get a husband.
Yeah, don't wait too late, man.
And her 18 letter look like he a big, strong 6'4". He'll get your son together.
Now Ferd trying to play matchmaker.
If she's pretty, I know hustler. I mean, y'all niggas think y'all handsome, so handsome go with pretty.
She now in her 20s. Okay, so 30s.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, so that's funny.
She said it's already too late. Well,
okay then. Yeah, we don't want no Down syndrome babies born. We want good, healthy.
Okay, you ain't gotta go there, but okay. But
Hey, Hustler, let me just say this real quick before you finish the video. I just want to let Coach Ferg know. On a side note, you know what was the difference in parenting back then, Coach Ferg? One of my guys, his peoples came down there. His people was up here from Kentucky. And his granddaddy was a real strict disciplinarian, and he was still down there in Louisville. He kept messing up when we was in school, and I was like, man, your mama about to. And then he, like, next thing I know, he had to go home because he got into a fight and all of that. Man, this dude showed up at my house that day. He was like, "Hey, G, I'm running away. My mama talking about sending me down there to Louisville with my granddaddy. I ain't going. Let me just hide in your basement for a little bit."
This nigga hide in the basement.
Yeah,
we was
back
like,
in the day.
15. We was like 15, 16. I was like, "All right, G, you can stay here, but when my grandma comes, you gotta go." Because I don't know. But he was like,
Back
"I
in the
ain't going."
day, our parents put the fear of God in us. That's that old school parenting.
Ain't that what I said last night, hustling and muscular? Ain't that what I said last night?
Yeah, he talked about that.
Man,
that shit
put the fear of death in our ass. Do you what I said? I brought
listen,
you in this world, I sure can take you out. That's what we was raised on.
So listen to what y'all saying, right? Y'all had strong mothers, right? Y'all came from a strong mother.
And daddy, even though they were together.
So the thing is why y'all can't find a strong woman like your mamas?
I don't want nobody like my mama, honestly. Tell you the
And-
truth.
and why can't we
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Coach Ferd. Here's the thing. Most of these women will portray like they're strong women, but down the line they'll break down.
They will.
But as a man, you got to build that shit back up in them.
No, you don't. You don't have to build it up.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I'm not gonna argue that. The OG spoke.
Yeah, you don't have to build it up. You got to stand on who you are regardless, and she'll see that. And the ones that are capable of making that transition will. The ones that can't, they'll fall off quick. And I'd rather have them fall off quick than to invest time and money and all this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Moving in together. Stay single, fellas. Women, stay in your own little hut, your own little space until you find that. You know, if not, then I would hate to see y'all 75-year-olds trying to be in your own little spot. It's an ugly mess.
I think everybody's going to be okay. I think us, the people that are having these conversations, we got enough common sense to know how to, find somebody or be with somebody.
The common sense that's so common, 18 letter. That's the problem.
It really ain't.
That's the issue right there. Common sense ain't so common. Because most of us, common sense was beaten to us.
It was beaten to y'all. Y'all must have been. Hold up. Was y'all born in the 80s? Y'all was born in the 80s.
88.
Oh, yeah, born in the 80s, crack babies. Okay, listen, I understand the fight y'all been up against. I understand the fight, man.
You already know.
Listen,
I got switched.
I understand the fight. But you see how that rhetoric has put us in this position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that a lot of it is rhetoric, right? Because naturally we want each other. Black women want a black man, black men want a black woman. But when we start falling into this propaganda, then a lot of people lose their self, and it's hard to even. Y'all got sisters?
Yeah.
Sisters.
Every sister y'all got is just like the women out here y'all trying to date.
No.
I don't know. That nigga ain't lying. That nigga ain't lying.
Come on, man. Y'all got cousins. Y'all got cousins. Y'all see y'all cousins. Y'all got.
Hey, they be on that bullshit. They be on that
even
bullshit.
Even the women got little nug dudes in their family.
Now, to be fair, sometimes you can learn about the nature of the opposite sex by watching your family members, whether
exactly
it be your cousins or whatever.
Thank you.
And doing the complete opposite.
But be honest, most people don't do the complete opposite. They do what they used to.
Yeah, because it's comfortable.
They do what they used to.
Because sometimes getting out that comfortability, it mentally put a strain on them.
No, but it's easy. It's
that's it. You say the word. You said the right word, Coach Ferd. It's easy.
And it's the path.
It's easy. Too easy.
But I be Wody. Most people want to go down the path of least resistance.
Yep.
And that's where, as a man, you can't do that. You have to start. If a man can break that cycle, he can conquer the world. Any woman he want, he can get. The money he want, he can get. Yep. But a lot of it's unfortunate. Young adults, I'll say 40 and 45. I always go 45 and under. Y'all came up under the leadership of mostly women. A lot of brothers didn't have that strong male father, big brother, big uncle that got your ass together. Y'all came up under my baby's cute. Look at he's cute. His daddy ain't around, and his daddy ain't shit. And y'all grown men now. So
I came around the motherfucker. They find out you fucking up or not listening. You gotta go in that paint with them.
And
You think
who
you man
was
enough
doing
to
that to
stand
you,
toe to toe?
man or
You
women?
gotta go in that paint.
Yep, that's
And who
true.
sort of put you in that position though? Did the man in your family do that, or the women?
The men did because my
Right.
daddy got with my uncles and made sure I was raised the way I was supposed to be raised because my mama didn't want him around. So I had to get
Oh,
that
look.
issue. Every
But you
time
said
I didn't want to listen, I got that issue.
But Ivy Water, you said something very unique that a lot of the brothers in your time actually experienced. You said my mama didn't want my daddy to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. That's multiplied coast to coast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people fell in. There's a lot of brothers who are trying to recover from that. But that was the rhetoric that was pushed.
Yeah.
And did she ever explain to you why he didn't want to be around? Just what she said.
Man, I got the truth from my aunties and my uncles and the shit that she was saying. I put two and two together.
Right. Okay. So did you ever go back and reconnect with Pops and say, "Hey, tell me the truth"?
It took me 22 years to realize what he was going through. It took me 22 years to have my own child. And at 22, I called him, apologized if I showed him any type of disrespect or anything like that.
Yes.
And I told him, I said, I understand totally what you was going through with my mama.
Yes.
This is what that is.
Yes. Yes. And I advise that for any young brother or any young sister who have trouble trying to adjust in life as they transition to adult, go talk to the other parent who you was told wasn't shit.
It's two sides to the story. It's three sides to the story. Her side, his side, the motherfucking truth.
Go talk to the other parent. Go talk to that parent because that'll lift that weight. And then you might discover that you're smart. Because most of us, we look like our daddy and act like our mama. So
man,
you fix that, you go have a
I can't act like my mama. I act like
Now
my
you
daddy.
can now.
He know how to do everything.
Hold up. But you act like them now because now you see you got that other half of you that's a man. You're like, oh shit, my daddy wasn't that bad. he was trying to do the best he could.
And she can't tell me shit about that man to this day.
Salute to you, man. Salute to you, brother.
Salute to that. All right, let's continue with it because this is a point I want to touch on. The video is almost over, but I'm going to touch up on this. It said, here's what you need to understand.
And there's a difference between being chosen and being selected.
The difference between being chosen and selected.
Being selected means you check boxes, you meet criteria, you solve problems, you fill a role. You're the sensible choice after the exciting choices failed. Being chosen means someone sees you, values you, wants you, not because their options narrowed, but because you're genuinely what they want.
And that's the big difference there. The difference between being chosen and being selected. The problem is I think people want to select somebody. When you're selecting somebody, it's more about what you bring to the table. How's your resume? Can you get the job done? Kind of like what jobs do. They select candidates. Who can get the job? Who the fuck?
Dr. Peru is gonna hack you.
Oh, get the fuck up out of here, bitch. As I was saying, when you're selecting, it's all about the resume, what they can do, how well they can do it. But when you're choosing someone, it's more about character. It's not just about their skill or what they bring to the table. Is there any honor in you? Are you a good person? Are you charismatic? It's more about the core value, who the person is. I mean, you look at all them superhero movies, whether it be Power Rangers, Zordon chose those teenagers because they not only were they good fighters, but they were honorable fighters. They were good fighters. Compare that to picking someone who has no honor and no decency. You're not going to get chosen. It's about beyond just
understand the real story.
Go ahead.
My bad. To understand the real story, the superheroes, they wasn't the bad. The superheroes wasn't really the good guys though. If you think about it,
they weren't really the good guys. What you mean?
They were controlled by something, and everybody else was free. They wanted everybody to get under that regime. When you start thinking about the superheroes, look at the villains that they have in there. What the villains was doing.
Yes, sending monsters to destroy the earth, and now the heroes got to fight them off. They were chosen because they were worthy. Yeah, but I kind of get what you're saying. So that's the difference between.
Watch Black Adam. You'll understand what I'm saying.
Okay, Black Adam.
Yeah, with The Rock. Watch Black Adam. You'll get what I'm saying.
I don't think I saw that one just yet, but
watch it, bro. That's a badass movie. Check it out, bro.
It better be. If it's from DC, it better be worth something. But yeah, that's the difference between choosing and selecting. When you're selecting, it's just about their resume. When you're choosing, it's about the quality of the person. That's kind of what I want to touch up on. But let's continue. Fair use.
Rachel selected Andrew. He represented stability, solution, safety net. Melissa selected Andrew. He represented the educated choice. The mature decision after immature decisions failed.
Absolutely.
Claire chose Andrew. She saw something in him that attracted her, not his resume, him. Andrew went on 3 more dates with Claire, then 5 more. Then they stopped counting. 6 months later, they're still together. No drama, no games, just 2 people who genuinely enjoy each other. He never responded to Rachel again. He politely declined a second date with Melissa, not out of bitterness, not out of revenge, but out of self-respect.
Yeah, talking about he's bitter and all this shit. No, he just has some self-respect. Yeah.
Because Andrew finally understood, your value isn't determined by who wants you when their options run out.
Yep, keep that in mind, fellas. Your value is not determined by women trying to select you just because their options have dwindled. That's not where your value is supposed to stand.
It's determined by who chooses you when they have options. So here's my question for you. Are you waiting to be selected, or are you building yourself to be chosen? Are you the backup plan? The safe option? The guy women settle for after excitement fails them? Or are you the guy women choose because they genuinely see your value? Andrew's story isn't about revenge. It's about self-respect. It's about understanding that you don't owe anyone your commitment just because they finally noticed you exist. The market shifted for Andrew, but more importantly, Andrew shifted. He stopped seeking validation from women who rejected him. He started valuing himself enough to require that others value him too. Not his income, not his stability, him. If you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, building yourself, playing the long game, wondering if it'll ever pay off, Andrew's story is your answer. It will. But only if you have the self-respect to choose wisely when it does. Part 3 drops next week.
Well, that's the video. Finally.
You know, Hustler, it was something unique in that, right? Because everything he was saying, right, was from a point of view of a man discovering who he is, right? Starting taking value. And that's why I say these messages go great with younger 18, 19, 17-year-old men who may not have had that man voice to support them along the way. So I would think that men, especially in this modern time, in the way we've been pushed around, slapped around, and told we ain't shit, and still thriving, I would hope that men are. It's not a long process that you have to go. Just own that shit. Own you being respected. Own you being valued by everybody, not just a woman. Everybody that call you a friend, that call you for money. You make sure that they have that about you. And if you have to ask questions about it, why not? Ask the question, because if they don't answer it, they'll let you know that you ain't shit just by not answering. Because if they respect you, they'll answer it. And I think that for the future of men would take them leaps and bounds of where they want to be in life. Just my personal experience in working with men in bad places in life, sunken places, you know, and just letting them know that you own it right now. It ain't gonna always be liked by everybody. It ain't gonna always be accepted, but you still own it. And you face it head on, and then you realize that, hey, I didn't really need that anyway. There wasn't really, I was trying to hold on to something that wasn't there. And when men let go of those things, then anybody that more than likely that's coming in, trying to come into your life on some bullshit, you'll be able to see that shit from a mile away and be like, nope, I'm not gonna waste my time. I already see it. And, you know, sometimes you got to explore the world by yourself because it's a difference, and I said on it, it's a difference from being lonely and a difference from being alone. And when you can accept being alone, but also you saw in the video, he had 2 wrenches in his hands. When you are alone, you should be building your mind and your body at all times. You should be building your mind and your body every time you're alone. Every time. So
yeah, King Pix agrees with you. He said Coach Furr is speaking fast, but men that usually tell the truth are flagged as toxic manosphere content.
but see, that's YouTube. But again, that's YouTube. But that's YouTube, because the world is bigger than YouTube, and the people that's really doing things
the world is bigger than YouTube.
So yes, YouTube. But
we
see,
really say we bring this shit into our household, the shit we talk about on YouTube. Fuck no, we don't.
But I would say, man, yes.
What about let me say this real quick. What about back in the day when we had them barbershop talks that we were probably too young to understand? What about them days?
Yeah,
we understand that shit now.
Young. Yeah, see, y'all were too young, right? But I was in the barbershop giving the talk. I was in the barbershop because I was the generation when they said only 1 in 4 y'all niggas gonna make it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come out of high school. They talking about I already ain't gonna make it. You got to be kidding me. And this is why I say for young men, because I think young men get caught up in the BS and really lose sight of what they can really be. When you in the place from, I would say, from all the way through high school, you may not get the most of information. But once after high school and you start having to walk the streets by yourself and figure out where you're gonna eat and sleep, you must be doing something. No matter how big or small it is, you have to do it, because then when you get to an age of maturity, once you put in the work, it pays off. It pays off, because the way if you was to get $1 million today, you wouldn't spend it like you would did at age 23. But along that way, as we see was a bad thing 10, 15, 20 years ago, having babies as a single black man in America is a death trap. You want to go brick for 35 years, have a baby out of wedlock as a black man. Especially today. They're gonna charge you for all that shit. And for the women, give your body up and run around them streets like y'all aunties did. See if you don't be getting ran through the rest of your life. Yeah, unless you get a simp. But ain't no more simps, ain't no more Keith Sweats. Those days is every day a man is waking up like, hell no. So yeah, here we are, man. Salute to the fellas and the ladies, y'all.
Yeah. At least back when Keith Sweat was in his heyday, I guess purity meant something. Relationships meant something during the 80s. I mean, marriages may have dropped, but people were still trying to, go out here and find love. I mean,
but the
world was different back then.
But Hustler, the men were chasing something that we was fighting. It's like we was chasing our own demise. Y'all brothers ain't chasing that now. Y'all ain't chasing that message. Keith Sweat now was lying to us. Put the woman first. Hell to the no. That's the thing. We was trying to put the woman first, thinking we was being all manly, and look where it set us. It set us back 50 years.
And you know what? Looking back on it, all them R&B songs that talk about putting the woman first, I look back as I'm gonna say between ages 19 and maybe 23. I look back like, they full of shit.
Yes.
So I caught on to that shit at a young age. Tell Starboy, don't you come up here giving us that shit. Put the woman first. Get the fuck out of here. Tiff don't give us that.
But they say Xavier, Tiffany mature woman.
I mean, if you my woman, then I'm not. I still can't put you. I got to put our mission, our purpose first, not the woman first. That's what I'm understanding. Happy wife, happy life. Tiff.
Stop the cap.
It's
happy spouse, happy house. Get it right.
And Hustler, that's part of the rhetoric right there. That's the message that they gave us, because the white people don't live like that. It's the husband God playing. Right. Those days is over. It's gonna be the happy husbands forever.
I mean, people still getting married. My best friend get married this summer again, it's his second time, but hey, this one feels more genuine. His first marriage was 20 years ago. It felt kind of rushed, but it is what it is.
But Sack Pole, yes, put your lady first. Your lady, your woman, she comes first.
Exactly. Your lady comes first, not just some random, not just some chick you just trying to bang for one night and then let go of.
Yep. The most women
focus on himself.
You better not put the number 2 first. The hell wrong with y'all?
And King picked most men between the ages of 21 and 31, and most women live the same way. Most
Exactly.
men,
Put the mission first. You can't take care of yourself. You can't take care of someone else. You can't take care of yourself first. True that.
Half of one of them bootins. Some of that, right?
Who was that?
is that
What?
over?
That's me over here. I'm eating dinner.
Oh, go ahead, man. Eat your food, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm fixing food.
No, we'll
I
go ahead
heard-
and cook it up.
I heard a second voice. I'm like, okay.
Nah, that was my old lady. That was my old lady.
Oh, well, shout out to her.
Hey, Miss I.B. Woden.
Mrs. Woden.
She's speaking to you, man. She said, hey,
Salute to you. Hopefully y'all living well.
Yeah, mute up, man. We don't want to hear no incidentals.
oh, no, ain't nothing like that over here, pal. Believe
Better
that.
not be. Well, I'm gonna close the show anyway. Give y'all final thoughts.
I go, man, eat, man. No, man, it's an interesting show, man. Great topic, man. I'm glad the ladies was up here, man, which really made me come up and just man through it, man. This is the great area of y'all right now. Everybody's trying to mine out the future, and I think the ones that understand the mission greater than themselves will be okay. And to the brothers, man, listen, man, if you're single, man, it's great. Listen, it's great getting springtime sometime soon. Man, start getting your workout on, man. Get in good shape, man. Go to your doctor's appointments. Clean up your apartments, man. Air it out. Open the windows. Get some fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Get outside, man. And, a single man should be in the best shape of his life. And don't have the same conversation for every woman. And only focus on the woman that you believe could be a good fit. And don't waste a lot of time. Don't waste a lot of time.
You really should.
And lead the young women to the young men. You niggas 35, 40 and over, nigga, get one of your peer groups. That means somebody 4 years older and 4 years younger. Don't be trying to go get no 22-year-old, nigga. She too young for you.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's too young, bro. Go 30. You 30 something, go at least 28 and up, dog.
Yeah.
I don't do too much low. I always go up. Fuck that.
Me too. Well, but then you could say Woden has a thing for older women. I know I do. You could be 60. You'll probably take it. I'm just playing.
Yeah. Salute,
yeah. Man. All right, shout out to you. I've always preferred females my own age or younger. 30 and up is what I would do. Yeah. And Tiff said, final thoughts. Don't focus on what you don't want. There's someone for everybody. True enough. Tells you Neanderthal, hey, good. Glad you could stop by. Shout out to Killer Swag, getting that bad. Don't care about price tags. My inspiration has showed up. Did you do your final thoughts yet?
I don't know. Well, fellas, stay true to yourself. Know what you want before you get into situations, and live life, baby. Live life.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
And don't let nobody bait you into no arguments or debates.
Oh, come on. But she claims she didn't do that, but okay.
I'm just saying, from my point of view, that's what I see.
Oh,
what it is.
Fair, that does happen. I've seen females try to do that shit. I'll be in the back watching too. I'm like,
like I said, I didn't want no disagreements with that young lady. I don't know her like that and everything like that, but I just had to back the bro up. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, Hustler, can I put my channel in the back chat and send it to you? You put it
Go
out there
ahead.
for me?
Oh, you got a channel too? Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I want to get Coach Ferg channel. I love listening to the older
You
men.
want to put
Man.
it in the back chat, Hustler?
Put it in the back chat. Okay, hold on.
Hold on, I ain't put it out there yet. Hold on, let me get it in there.
Oh, okay.
I like to ask permission first, man. Salute, man. Salute to everybody, man. Sir, man.
Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, Swag been in the cloud all the time. Okay. Well, he ain't been up here in a while, but hey, this gentleman here is one half my inspiration for being a content creator. If it wasn't for him, I'd still be a panelist. Now look at me, 2 years into being a stream. So shout out to my boy Killer Swag. Oh yeah, and his homegirl, Sweet Melody Media.
All right, Coach Ferg.
Okay, I see it. I got you.
I just subbed Coach Ferg.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I do a show like on Wednesdays. So I'll be moving around the YouTube streets because I'm retired, man. I ain't got shit else to do. But I do a show about just life improvement. I've been doing that show since May of last year, Hustler. We've been talking about everything from mindsets to financial stability to what was our last show, man? We just relationships, insurances, building wealth, all of that, man. So check me out when you can, man.
Yeah, will do, sir.
We'll for sure do that. We'll do that for sure.
I just subbed to you.
I'm gonna turn my notifications on for you channel too.
Oh, like I said, thank y'all for being here. Really appreciate y'all being here. And I just subbed, and make sure y'all subscribe to Coach Ferg right here. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to Coach Ferg. He always has something to say.
Salute to you,
I will
bro.
apologize for that misunderstanding earlier, Hustle and Muscle, but it's always a pleasure for you to allow me up on your platform. Reach out.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem. Always got something to talk about. You're free to join. Oh man, trust me, I've seen worse of stuff in these spaces. So all right, I'm finna get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for stopping by. All right. Shout out to Ivy Waters. Shout out to Coach Ferg. Shout out to, I don't want to say your name wrong. Psych Passe or something. Okay. Shout out to Miss Say Real. I believe that was May from Bronzeburg Show. Shout out to you for stopping by as well. But you had a lot to say. Shout out to Calvin Pension and shout out to everybody that came in. Basically, Ivy Woden, and of course my lovely co-host for the day, Candy Cane Lane. Got beauty and brains. Best believe she gonna drive me insane. Wish you could have stayed for the whole show, but it is what it is. And shout out to Killer Swag, getting that bad. Don't care about price tags. And shout out to Coach Ferg with his wise words spread across the world. You heard? Glad y'all could stop by. Thank y'all for tuning into this wondrous show. This is your boy, Hustler in Muscular, also known as H&M, dropping gems, stomping hard like a pair of giving you the truth, straight out the boot. I'm hitting home runs like Babe Ruth. That's what I do. I'm out of here, y'all. Take care. Peace, blessings. Stay warm. Hope you're looking forward to the springtime, because I know I am. Take care and deuces.
Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, miss? I love it, I shake that thing, yeah. Donna.
Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pass, yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega, bitch, welcome home. This is not a song, this a revelation, how to get a nigga gone. You need you a man, baby, I don't understand, baby. Pay your bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction, that's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in these weird niggas' hands, baby. No! It's not enough, few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pad. Yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music, nigga. What? Hey, turn this TV off. And with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, what? How many shit I seen? Send them all. Take a whistle, take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog. Who you with? Couple sergeants and lieutenants for the get back. This revolution been televised. I fell through with the knickknacks. Hey, young nigga, get your chili up. Yeah, I meant that. Hey, black out if they act out. Yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hate a bitch that's hating on a bitch, and they both hoes. I hate a nigga hating on them niggas, and they both broke. If you ain't coming for no chili, what you come for? Nigga feel like he entitled cause he knew me since a kid. Bitch, I cut my granny off and she don't see it how I see it. Got a big mouth, but he lack big ideas. Send him to the moon, that's just how I feel, yeah. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I take the G pad, yeah, watch a nigga do it. We survived outside, all from the music,
Yo, Jake.
It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that are really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I made them niggas mad, yeah, somebody gotta do it.